absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.
Jason. Ellis.
Red the Dragon, Night, Danger, Canada, Uncircumcised, Philanthropy, Stupid Stuff, Supercross, Pain, Nipple, Machete, Fashion, A Scintillating Bloodbath, Hellacious Fury, Evil, Cannabis, Interesting Things, Awesome, Radio.
Gonna take it all the way. You better give me my temporary stepper.
It's the Jason Ellis Show. Jason Ellis. That really pitched. I thought about being trying something. Andrew Bruce. I'm an idiot. Kevin Kraft. Who would have thought eating a bowl of gum would pay off? Mike Catherwood. There's a gun in my head, Jason. I had to fuck. And Will Pendarvis. Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis. How's it blowing up?
This is the Jason Ellis Show.
You know, baby.
Bernie Hawk is my idol. Bernie Hawk is my savior. Bernie Hawk is God. Bernie Hawk is God. Bernie Hawk is...
Some of the smartest words ever spoken. I think that was an interview from me when I had not slept for 2 days, explaining to people that Tony Hawk was God, and it was true. I think you sent me an email, Sports Illustrated or some guy wants to talk to me about my Tony Hawk tattoo. Is that where he's from? Something big, some magazine where I was like, Jesus.
I think it was from Sports Illustrated. I think they're doing a story on Tony Hawk's 50th.
Yeah. So they want to talk to me about my tattoo. I'm just like, man, Sports Illustrated. This is Tony Hawk. It's that guy. He just brings the wrath.
It carries that kind of weight.
He really does.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what I'm going to talk about but yes, again, I mean, God is not real, but there is. Your God is real, and I met mine, and he came through too. I prayed and prayed, and he came through.
He delivered.
And he delivered. So I'm here to say that, it's true. Tony Hawk, there is a God. It's Tony Hawk. I mean, might not be your God. But that's the bummer. You pick a God, and you gotta, gods are people too. T-shirt. And, maybe your God doesn't like you. You ever thought of that? And if he doesn't like you, maybe you could look into another God. Like wives. Maybe your wife doesn't like you. Well, this is the millennial world. You don't have to live with her. Just leave her.
Find a new one.
Find a new one that does like you. I always thought about, religion this, religion that, but I'm like, maybe my problem is I just keep, white guy gods, and I never liked white people. It's always annoyed me. I see videos of black churches, and I'm like, I would like to go there. I mean, I'm down with that. And no disrespect to Joel Osteen or anything, but you're just not my vibe, not my cup of tea. It looks like giant lines. It looks like a giant football game where nobody actually plays a fucking football game, and one dude talks about how you can, love your brother and think positive thoughts. I'm like, I'm a little more advanced than Joel. I don't need no fucking pep talk from Joel Osteen. I'm all right.
Black church does look way better.
It does, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about Mexican church. I don't even know if they go. I think they just
very boring.
Do it at home.
It's just extreme Catholic. It's
okay. So it sucks. Yeah, they talk too much, man. Let's get in the vibe. Dancing in the morning. That's good for you.
Mexican church, personally, I can't understand a goddamn word they're saying.
Yeah. Turns out it's in Spanish.
Oh, yeah. That's gonna go way over my head. Yeah, I understand.
A lot of kids.
Yeah, I don't like kids either, man. I mean, that's not true. I like kids. Just not like shit kids.
Kids are very hit or miss. They can either be the highlight of your day or the worst thing that's happened to you.
Church does not bring out the best in children.
No.
As someone who was a church-going youth. It's tough. It's brutal. It's boring.
It's very boring.
You gotta just fucking stand there and take it for an hour is a long time when you're a kid.
I gotta say real quick, I didn't know him or I never even watched his show or anything, but that chef dude died. It seemed like everybody really liked that guy. It seemed like a nice guy. Pretty crazy to be that old and that accomplished and that, to me, from the outside looking in, that cool. And then he's all sad and he killed himself. It scares the shit out of me when people do that. Because I'm like, I'm not, I mean, please don't do that, Jason. You know?
It's very scary.
And Kate Spade earlier this week.
Yep.
Who's Kate Spade? Sorry.
She, she's David Spade's sister-in-law, but more importantly to the world, she had, she's a designer, Kate Spade handbags and shit like that, a big deal.
Did she kill herself as well?
She did, yeah.
Man.
Bianca, my wife, went on vacation with David one time because they were on Rules of Engagement together for a long time.
That's right.
They got very close, and David's brother and Kate came with, and she was just blown away because she said she couldn't have seemed more nice and outgoing and well adjusted, and so.
I mean, that's sort of same. Dave Mirra did it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, last time I saw Dave, you wouldn't. I'm like, he's a. You know, you need to bottle him and sell it to kids. He's the most positive light of energy I've ever. But that's, you know, I was just listening to somebody talk, Ron Bennington, talking about Richard Pryor and interviewing his daughter, and you know, her saying that, you know, everyone thinks it must be living in that house must have been a 24-hour comedy store, and she was like, no, not at all. Like he was as dark as they come. Like it was, you know, it was sure when he was doing his work and when he was on stage, but it was weird to hear, because I know I've heard, you know, comedians are dark, blah blah blah, but just to say that it was, you know, that's the price. Or she used some sort of term where it was, you know, that's the ticket, or that's what it costs to be one of those people. And I was like, you know, and I'm like, wow, just to know, to hear her, you know, I mean, a child that watched it, probably, you know, think about it. That's, you know, this is, you know, he's got a book where he's talking about being bi, and she's like, yeah, that's you know, he was proud of it. He was okay with it. He did a lot of stuff that I didn't know he did. I mean, the whole drug thing where he caught on fire. Did he actually try and set himself on fire?
No, he's freebasing.
You sure he didn't try and set himself on fire? Because that was a little bit.
I mean, I'm not positive, but freebasing as opposed to smoking crack, there is a difference.
I know. The lighter blew up is what I heard.
It's not overly common, but it's not crazy that would happen. You know, because you're setting yourself up in a gaseous environment to kind of.
It just seemed like, from what I was listening to today, I could be wrong, that it might have been a little bit of a on purpose kind of thing.
You know what though? He was in a state of mind. You know, when you're you're that wealthy and you're doing that much freebase cocaine, you're not sleeping for like 3 days. Who knows what, you know? Maybe it's very.
Maybe he was walking around on fire or something like that. That made people think that it wasn't just like, how I'm on fire and put myself out, call the ambulance. It was walk around, talk some smack on fire. I think.
I'm Freddy Krueger, motherfucker.
I don't know. Just some stuff like that where it must have been pretty harsh for these people, but it's weird. I sometimes feel like maybe it's these people have such a fun time, and then things get a little bit dark, or they're not as fun as they were, and it comes to an end. But I don't see that. I don't actually. That went when I used to think that was the case, but I don't see that. I feel like I don't know these people that have passed away recently, but they're not coming across like they're on their way down from anything. So it wasn't like, well, you know what I mean? It's over now, so may as well knock myself off. I don't see any of them somehow figuring out that is the case. Even, you know, the Linkin Park guy and the Chris Cornell guy just having, you know, I can relate a little bit. You know, I mean, you got your little heyday. Everybody can. You got your heyday where you were younger and you think that that's your prime. And even if you're older and like a successful business lady or man or whatever, you still think that was your little heyday back there. Yeah, and I think maybe even there, for me, being older and wiser, it's easier to handle the dark stuff. You know what I mean? I had I still have very rational thoughts, but I didn't have any rational backup in there to sort of coax me through bad times where I would have been thinking the worst possible shit. Like, you know what a really good idea would be right now, and with no thing in the back of my mind going, Jason, that's a really bad idea. Like now I would have that, probably don't do that as a bad idea. Back then I did not. To know that I'm feeling really, really down, and I don't think I should be here anymore, and not having that voice that says, hey man, you know, sure it might be bad, but you kids, and right. There's got to be something you can do, dude, like or lady, don't give up. You know, when you get to that age, and it's like, you know what, dude, I don't have any arguments for you not doing this.
The problem
Go ahead.
Emotional, psychological, mental diseases is that it's not like physical things where there's a diagnosis. There's a very clean diagnosis. You can say, well, you have to take this medication, you have to have surgery, and it's done. You could try, and what works for one dude, one gal, is going to be totally useless.
Like me and Cool Beans, he did the antidepressant that I did, and it fucking ruined him, and I did it, and then I did one, I think I might have tried one before that, where I was like, nope, not working for me, so different strokes for different folks.
And what worked for you might not continue to work for you.
Might not continue. It's such a...
Which is terrifying.
Right.
Because that's me, man. Like, I don't want to, you know, when I saw that photo of that guy, I was like, wow, he didn't look that old. And then I see someone saying that, you know, he killed himself, and I'm like, what? 60, cool, no worries about dead, or, I mean, I'm only assuming, but you mean all the major things that would make me contemplate not being here? That bit's off the table. You know, because as a guy that's like, please stay alive, you know, like don't die hard. Like when it skips all the time every day, I'm like, don't you dare, motherfucker! Like, let me stay here. To get dark, I'm not leaving on purpose. You know, what makes you leave on purpose?
That
scares the fuck out of me. Like
a level of desperation. It's just hard.
Like, because he couldn't get back to happy, and he knew it.
I think about suicide pretty frequently. And so that is why it makes me more sad to think about someone like Anthony Bourdain or whoever it may be. It doesn't even have to be a celebrity, just someone who actually follows through with it. Because I have suicidal thoughts daily, yet I can't imagine, following through. I mean, there's always sometimes I get closer and closer, but there's always something that pulls me back in.
Right.
And I can't even imagine you being so depressed that there's nothing to pull.
That's what I'm saying. I've had that too, a lot. But there's always a thing where it's like, but there's this one thing where you're like, nah, I would not do that because of this several things that I could pick of. But, you know, one always pops up. But to know that, to run it through and you get I don't really see how there's a problem with that. I say we do it. It scares the fuck out of me.
Right.
I don't want to ever have that conversation where we all agree in my head that it's okay to do that.
And a lot of these people, at least the well-known people, and then some of the people that I've known in my personal life, these were not, from what you know of them, these were not narcissists or extreme sociopaths who didn't care about other people's feelings.
Yeah.
So you got to think that they actually believed that the world would be better off.
Yeah.
Without them, and that's
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I bet you everybody who knows him personally says he was a delight, and just the other day he was delightful. That's how it comes too. It wasn't like, yeah, man, he's talking about knocking himself off for the last 6 months. Like, I bet you he hasn't been.
Yeah, all the Henzo guys, because he became obsessive about jiu-jitsu.
Right.
And all the Henzo guys.
Wait, is he an ex-addict or some shit?
Yep. Yep. Heroin.
Yeah. I don't know that the calculus really has to be the world would be a better place without me. I'm sure some people do come to that conclusion. Sadly, I think it might also be, I know that this will hurt people, but if these people love me, they wouldn't want me to live
Suffer
with the
anymore.
sort of torment that I'm in.
Yeah, you're probably right. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, like I said, you did the math and you figured out that this would be for the best. Oh.
And then there's Robin Williams, about whom there's a new Netflix documentary.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What, any new,
I don't know. I have no idea. I heard about this.
Just came out?
Yeah, I think this was released, trailer, yesterday.
Jesus. That's fucking depressing as all hell.
I also think it's trite, particularly when you talk about entertainers and funny people. It's trite, but it just sort of seems like very often to be able to experience and communicate to other people higher highs than they are able to get to on their own, that you it's because you possess the full gamut, the full spectrum. So, I mean, unfortunately, I think that there are some, in a certain way, suicidal depression is the same for everybody, even if you're not a comedic genius.
Right.
You know, but it does seem like the low lows very often run part and parcel. It's the other side of the high, funny, hilarious coin.
Because even for comics, he was the guy who was going harder.
Yeah.
As far as emotional, his range was off the charts, in the upward direction. So I'm sure Tully's right that there's got to be something else on the darker side to balance that out.
And the two sort of nourish each other.
Yeah.
It's just a really emotional experience being alive for you.
On the bright side, my mic has never been this not squeaky in my professional radio programming career.
And my nose isn't whistling.
Right, so this might be the greatest audio sounding Jason Ellis show we've ever done.
Yeah.
Not too sure about the
content.
Content's going to be a little bit flaky, but it's Friday. Shove it up your fucking ass. You know what I'm saying, Will? Fuck yeah, in mine and yours.
I've got wet underwear, but I'm powering through.
Ass? What?
I've got wet underwear, but I'm powering through. My butt is working its magic, and they'll be dry within an hour or so.
Did you go swimming before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You gotta have a game plan.
Yep, fuck it, I'll do it. What the fuck are you talking about? You've got wet, you've got...
I had to go to I had to go to the...
What, you don't think that's a mystery? This could be a lot. This could go a lot of places. Yeah.
I was more laughing at fuck it, I'll do it. As if there was a moment where, do I go down?
I could just move on. We've got a UFC. Fuck it.
It's not that great of a story. I had to go to a gym, not the gym I wanted to go to, the one that's so far from my house that I have to shower there. It doesn't make any sense to go back home.
Oh.
It's just simply taking a awful... Man, you want to talk about depressing things. Showering at an LA Fitness is just a depressing way.
Yeah.
And I just didn't have the game plan, and you need a plan. And I put the shower poof right on top of my undies. Just reached my hand out from the shower and dropped it in my bag, and that's where my undies.
Oh, okay.
A lot of water in the poof.
Yeah.
And come at me for using the poof. I am exfoliated.
Yeah, you're a
I
wild.
throw no shade on the poof.
You're a wild. I will. Poofing at 24-hour fitness. You fucking homo. Come on.
I bring a bar of soap, but I never use it. I hate.
Where do you put the poof? Go in a plastic bag or something on the way in back?
I have.
Where's it go?
I have a toiletry bag.
Poof goes in there.
It's got its own little compartment.
The poof compartment.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
Poof compartment.
I missed it from the shower.
Hey, you want to be in our band?
I absolutely do.
All right, you're in.
You do.
Sorry, Betsy.
How's your rhythm?
Yeah, how's your rhythm?
My rhythm guitar?
No, you just your rhythm.
I would say excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Venture to say.
Are you a bit of a percussionist?
I can't drum.
Betsy, bring us the frog.
Yeah, give us the frog. Let's have a frog off. Winners in are we cool with tongue thruster?
Is that what won?
I don't know.
Well then, yeah.
I mean,
I voted for tongue thruster.
Yeah, I'm typical with that.
Renegade Outlaws.
I feel like people didn't. I think you and me are the only two. I think the only reason why Renegade Outlaws got up to 11% is because you and I have so much enthusiasm for it. I think that's a fucking awesome band.
It's a kick-ass country supergroup.
Renegade Outlaws is the greatest. Especially if I could just say to one person what band in Renegade Outlaws, and they go, right on, man.
Yeah, okay,
and they just think that maybe we're a bunch of rambunctious lads that like to get funky,
Oh,
I can't hide who I am.
Renegade
The rebel inside.
Renegade Outlaws is on Octane now.
I
like
know.
that is
Wait,
a
what?
total. That if there was a band right now, if I went on Octane and it was like Renegade Outlaws, I'd be like, oh, there it is, perfect.
If we set up that Twitter handle, we can probably walk straight down the hall and get on the air over there.
I feel
Scotty-
so much pain.
Scotty the Body will interview us in 5 minutes.
Oh, we could get a fucking interview. You'd be great in the band and the interviews.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just channel our darkness when we write, because life, it's that way, man.
You're gonna say that?
If I got one pet peeve, it's got to be rules.
Man, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be the silent guy in the back, like the fat blonde guy, the drummer of Danzig. I'm gonna be that guy.
Oh, you're pet peeve. It's rules.
I don't know if I can keep a straight face when Michael starts launching those ones off. It might be fucked. I'm gonna give away our secret that we don't really care about this, and this is a joke. And I don't want to do that to us, lads.
See, I don't think anybody sees through that. I'm basically just channeling. One time years ago, I had a job and I had to listen to a satellite tour when one artist does a million different interviews in one sitting.
Yeah.
With the singer of Disturbed.
Oh.
And this is and it was when they put out their first album. And this is the kind of shit that he was saying, as if he had fucking thought of it.
Yeah, he had never been anything but nice to me, but they would come on Loveline a lot, and he likes himself some him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and he thinks he's got a lot of thoughts.
Right. Everything he says, even if we were talking about, like, beer or something, it's like, well, it is the mead of God that I drink on the road. And I'm like, what? Come on, relax a little bit. It's not that serious.
That's the thing, man. It's been my experience with, like, popular musicians, be it pop metal or pop music, whatever. Everybody thinks, oh, they just know if I write this, they'll get on the radio, and that has not been my experience. They're just a perfect kind of dummy.
Yeah.
It's coming straight from the heart, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Bit Pimps tells me, and it's factual when he says it, that Richard Pryor said that he poured 151 rum all over himself and set himself on fire.
Oh, that'll work. I have a buddy who accidentally did that.
Yes.
So he did it on purpose, like
That's
I said.
pretty gangster.
It's also fucking terrifying to know that's... It wasn't something else you could have done,
No.
Well, if he'd been freebasing for a whole bunch of time, though, obviously that's got to kind of sort of be in there, but he was certainly not in his right mind.
The amount of cocaine he could afford to smoke, and the amount he probably was not sleeping, he was just batshit crazy.
Yeah.
I was wondering about Lemmy yesterday. Maybe you guys can probably...
He paced himself, I think that was the difference.
Well, you can probably tell me, though, and I'm thinking of...
I think he just did it so consistently that it wasn't a binge.
No, I know. I was just wondering when he slept, because Jason, you said he came over your apartment one time and was doing meth after closing a strip club?
Allegedly, yes.
So, I mean, honestly, when I know he did at some point, did he sleep every 3 days or what? Because if I do meth at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm not going to bed at 4. I'm not going to bed at 8.
No, but I don't think he was a daily meth user. I think he picked and chose.
Yeah, because he said, I've been an alcoholic for 30 and a meth head for 20, so it's like... And he wasn't... He didn't meth like... Yeah, man, I saw him he toked it out of the bag. He got like... Fuck all. He did like a line, and he was at my house for hours.
I don't
know, maybe he was doing more, I didn't know.
I think it's genetic. I think certain people are put on this earth, they just have a different fucking take on it.
Yeah, and
I definitely consider him that. I'm literally wondering what his sleep schedule would have been.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it was not average. I don't think he was a 9 to 5 guy.
Do you think he had the capabilities to sleep for a couple of days? You may like wake up, get some water, go back.
If they're not on tour, why not? Right? If
well, because some people I can't. You know what I mean?
I knew
Will
dudes
was like, "Hey, just take time off and sleep." I'd be like, "Yeah, okay. I'll go home and sit there awake."
Yeah,
Don't
I'm not
just
that
go to
guy.
sleep.
People say he was at the Rainbow every night. I based on that, on people saying that reputation, I would look for him, and there were many times I did not see him at the Rainbow. And there was the guy he hung out with who dressed exactly like him, who could be mistaken for him. But people did say he was at the Rainbow every night, so it wasn't like he'd go hard for a month and then disappear for a month.
No, but I would buy that he goes hard for 3 days and sleeps for 2.
For a day,
Yeah. Also, did Lemmy die? Like, did he have an estate? Did he have some money? Because meth's a super cheap drug, and that guy basically did not have to pay for Jack Daniels if he didn't want to.
Yeah, he gave it to his kids, right?
He had a small nut because he just had that little apartment above the Rainbow.
Yeah.
And he always talked about how he could afford more. He just liked it.
They say he was worth $650,000. That'll buy a lot of meth.
Man, that is nothing.
Yeah.
Especially when you know that his band is sold at all the highest fashion stores in the mall today. It is.
Well, the merchandising, I would think they made most of their money on touring. I'm not. I would.
Well,
I'm
and
a
that's very
huge-
sad because
I'm a
the
huge Motorhead fan, but I doubt they sold more than 1 million records out of
Yeah,
the
but his merch-
30 that they had.
but that logo is like,
Yeah.
I mean, if he gets a percentage of any of that, then holy
Yeah,
shit.
if they didn't sign away the logo, that should be money. And I also think just licensing on Ace of Spades would
Yeah.
have been pretty.
What are you guys jerking off out in
Also,
there? What did Kevin just say?
Lemmy wrote a lot of songs for other people. I bet you he made a lot of money on publishing.
That's true. He co-wrote shit with like Ozzy on big albums.
A lot of stuff.
What's up, Baines? All right, back to me in the studio.
You have a Lemmy. I have his autograph tattooed on my arm right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
I was a big fan. I
You're not anymore?
Oh no. But he
The
came
last
in.
album's kind of sucks.
He came into the studio one time, and I told him I had Ozzy sign me, and that I was kind of collecting these heavy metal gods, and that I wanted him to sign me so that I could have it tattooed. And as I'm talking, he just starts writing in Sharpie
Yeah.
on my arm.
Yeah.
And I complete what I'm saying. I look down at where he had signed. I was like, okay, not necessarily where I would have chosen, but oh well. And
That's how you do it.
yeah, he has a unlit cigarette in his mouth, and he's going to light it, and he takes it back out, and he goes, "Save your butt for Rob Halford."
Yeah.
He just had that on the ready. Good for you, Lemmy.
You don't have Rob Halford on your ass?
I do not. I've never met Mr. Halford, or
Yeah.
else I probably would have him sign my
I
ass.
heard it a long time
A
ago.
couple levels.
He said that nobody wants to fuck him. I wanted to go.
I don't believe that.
He said that. Well, I do because he said his fans are not interested in him, and I was like, yeah, well, it makes sense.
Right, but don't you think
most
he
of them are not gay?
Don't you think he could tear up like a grinder once people found out who he was?
No, I don't think anybody on Grindr would know who the singer of
Judas Priest.
Judas Priest is, dude.
Probably. That's not. I'm sure you're right. There's not a lot of Judas Priest fans on Grindr. What I think though is when they see a 65-year-old guy on Grindr with that shaved head and the goatee, then they do a little bit of investigation and
I
they
hate to
see
break-
him
I
wearing
hate to break it
leather
to you, but-
assless.
80% of the people on Grindr look like Rob Halford.
Which
So-
should
so-
help it, but so he's the guy who kind of invented that thing, or at least he got in very, very early on that look, because he rebranded himself as that guy around like Fight.
Yeah.
That's going back a ways now.
Yeah, I saw Fight once.
They're cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I saw him with Metallica.
I dig it. I dig the whole thing. I dig
Yeah, me too.
the idea of just going full bore with the leather stud,
Yeah.
riding the Harley on stage, like the whole thing. I thought it was fucking awesome.
I actually think their later music is better. I think the early stuff, like Turbo Lover, and you got another thing coming, is kind of cheesy. It
Yeah, I mean,
was cool
at
for
the time,
time.
at the time it was awesome.
Living After Midnight's cool, but I would rather listen to later Judas Priest.
They turned more into like a classic, like almost like a new wave of British heavy metal way after, right? Because they were like almost like 70s mullet rock.
Yeah, they really
You know?
were. Yeah, they looked a lot more metal than they really sounded.
Yeah.
So this is an exciting UFC pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna.
It really is.
I was like, I just the other day, I was saying everyone's gonna give him a break. It's tough out there. I mean, he's the only guy that can't really fight, and he's at the weigh-ins, and he's at the fighters meetings, and all the people that are there are real fighters, the best fighters in the world. And this guy has to walk around and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And they're like, "Shh, how's it going? Fuck you." And then all the interviews are just like, "How come you suck?" Or blah blah blah. Why you suck? Why y'all? Well, no, you suck. Every question is about why is your name CM Punk? Why aren't you a good fighter? Like, it's just he gets bombarded. I'm like, man, I feel sorry for CM Punk. It's bullshit how many times he has to deal with it, and none of you're all gonna hate on him. And the people that would want to fight in the UFC that are at his level, I wonder if you'd actually go through it if you've got the shot. And the people that want to shit on him for following his dreams, well, you're just a bunch of fucking hating trolls.
Yeah.
But he pulls me back in again, and I don't know if it's the shtick thing or what, but having anxiety to hit pads or telling the fans that pay money for the pay-per-view and UFC fight pass, me and everybody else, there are millions of us, that you're suffering from anxiety, so that's why you will not do the fight, what's it called?
Open workout.
The open workout, even though we know why you won't do the open workout, and we know why you would feel anxious about it. Because you can't say you'd be anxious in front of people. You're going to fight in front of people tomorrow. Are you too anxious to do that? Because if you are, don't be here. Because there's a lot of people that want to have this thing being a UFC fighter, and you need to take it serious, and you need to be out there doing the demonstration. My theory is that I think it's not even a theory, it's just a straight up fact, is that he doesn't want to do that because you will see that he cannot fight yet. I saw a video with Duke of him hitting pads, just his hands, and he can't fight yet. I could point out Dave the Voice Boys comes to mind as somebody who I think boxes every now and then. He's a mixed martial arts fan. He's trained for a few years. He has a more natural fluidity to his punching than what is his real name? Phil. Yeah. So Phil really suffers from not having a natural striking thing going for him, because after this many years with Duke, you'd see it. And then I saw an interview about, if it comes to me, if it comes, I'm going to knock the dude out with a head kick, because Duke loves head kicks. And I'm like, man, I want to like you, because I feel like if anybody can relate, it's me. I am a somewhat known shithead who really wants to be a fighter who isn't good enough. But really, I would take it. If Dana called me tomorrow, I would take it. And you could all hate on me all you want. The only difference is I'm doing the open workout, no matter how anxious I am. And if I wasn't going to, I would tell you, because I don't want video of hitting pads, because you guys are going to make fun of me.
Right. I think...
Because that's why you're not doing it.
We were talking about it before the show started, and I think you nailed it, man. Even the harshest of trolls would have to respect if he said, the criticism is too high, and I can't be in that mindset going into the fight. I just had to skip this open workout because I know how thrashed I'm going to get.
And it's just not fair. But you get to be in there, you get $1 million for actually taking the fight. Like, sure, he spends a lot of money training and all this stuff, but he's making real money here. And will he bring pay-per-views? Yes, he will. But if he doesn't, will the fucking card still go? Yes, we're doing you a favor here. Know this. And that's if I was there, I would know that the whole world is doing me a fucking huge favor because of my bullshit celebrity status. I get to fight in the greatest league of MMA ever. And I get a setup. This is the worst guy, sorry Mike, but the worst guy on record in the UFC. After this fight, win or lose, I guarantee you Mike is not in the UFC anymore. He was brought here to fight Mickey Gall for CM Punk. And now because you've lost to Mickey Gall, it makes sense that CM Punk gets you. And CM Punk can say that he is now fighting a guy that's in the UFC. It's not a fake guy that we pulled out like some asshole like me. So, but
do you think the other
Mike Jackson I watched Mike Jackson video of him fighting because I was going to fight him. His best asset is his hands.
That's going to be bad.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like Mike doesn't seem like much of a wrestler, but I don't. So which means that maybe Phil can get him down.
Right.
But I don't think Phil's going to implement I don't even think Phil has a blue belt yet. A blue belt yet!
Do you think that the other fighters on the card, they are more angry about CM Punk or about Mike Jackson? Because at least CM Punk...
why would anyone be... Mike Jackson's a real fighter.
He's a real fighter that's 0-1-0.
He's not 0-1-0. He's 0-1-0 in the UFC. This is bullshit what they're doing to him.
Yeah.
He is not... Andrew, can you come in here, because me and Andrew were getting heated this morning. The fucking...
Yeah.
Did you shave off your playoff beard?
I did. Once the tears dried on my face last night.
Oh, congratulations, by the way.
I have cried multiple times over the past 12 hours. It's crazy.
Wait, from basketball you cried?
Hockey.
Oh, okay.
Stanley Cup
Good
ended.
tears. Happy tears.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
We did it, Jason.
Oh, we did it again.
We did it.
It was amazing.
We won.
Wait, I'm an LA Kings fan. They won?
No.
What do you-
Washington Capitals won.
I'm not a Washington Capitals fan.
No.
Fuck Washington Capitals.
Apparently Andrew is.
You
based
love-
on his Twitter.
Oh, he's from Washington.
You love Ovechkin though.
I
And
do love
Kuznetsov
Ovechkin. I
and
do.
All those guys.
He's great in the box.
Burakovsky.
Yeah, just to name a few.
Yeah, so they won last night. It's been 94 seasons of professional sports since a Washington team won a championship, and it's been
Is that
rough. Yes.
You get salsa,
1991,
Betsy?
the Redskins. That was the last championship. So I was 7.
That was a sick team too.
It was great.
Wait, have you been waiting since you were 7?
Yes.
Do you remember when you were like, I can't wait for Washington to win again?
Yeah,
When you were 7 and now today?
I kind of remember that Super Bowl.
Wow.
And
Okay.
since then, it's been just heartache after heartache. Some teams have been really bad, but some teams, like this hockey team and our baseball team, have been predicted to be really good and just had heart-crushing, deflating losses in the playoffs. And we finally beat it.
You won.
Yeah, we beat Las Vegas.
Well, I'm very, very happy for you.
Congratulations on beating an expansion team. Now that you have this weight off your shoulders, I look forward to you being a cheerier presence around
Oh,
the
I'm
office.
so- I'm so-
to people like Will.
So fucking happy.
Did
It's
Hightower show
unbelievable.
up?
No, I didn't have anything to drink.
He looks a little tired. Don't
Has
he?
Hightower shown up around the Jason Ellis crew?
I don't think so. No.
He
Is
won't.
that a possibility? Because
No.
It's a promise.
I think
Yeah.
he went and got shit canned by himself at Ellis Mania a couple years ago.
With hot dog. But
what,
that
would,
was...
what
yeah.
would I have
He is
to
the
do?
perfect person to get shit canned with. He's got your back.
Yeah, he
August
does.
August 25th. What would I have to do to make it like a public thing?
As long as we don't have a radio show like job duty thing the next day, then I can drink.
So he's talking about after the show on Sunday, he could be Hightower. That's what he's saying.
Right.
Because he has a job to do on Sunday.
But the stakes are a lot lower. I mean, it'd be better. If
I've discussed with Andrew last year. After the show, sure, but not before. He's a professional. I respect
Right.
that. Let's get back to unprofessional people. Sorry, everybody. Phil.
Labonte.
So I want to love CM Punk.
Me too.
His interviews, as a wrestling fan, his interviews this past week have been somewhat disappointing as he's trashed pro wrestling fans of his and being like, I don't know why they like me. They shouldn't expect anything of me. I'm doing what I want to do. I can't worry about their feelings towards me.
Yeah, but that's his thing. He's got the look, dude. I don't know what it's like to have, like millions of people talking shit on me 24 hours a day. You know what I mean? I've had a couple thousand, but I haven't had millions of people trying to bury me wherever I go. Oh, you don't know. And it's different when you call somebody a purple alligator and you're not an alligator or you're purple. Then it's easier to not believe it. But when someone keeps telling you suck and you're just like really looking like you do, and you're getting a free ride in a really big organization. And then you do things like not do the open workout, and then I see video of UFC posting him throwing right hands to Duke that aren't real right hands, and then bragging about... I feel like somebody's told him to stop talking about championship fantasies, but I think he thinks that this is the beginning of his shot to the title.
After
which is
rewatching
insane.
his first fight a couple times this week, there's no shot of that happening.
I just don't understand how you can... I can't even get a read on what he is in that fight. It doesn't show me anything.
Just the look on his face as he starts to throw that right hand and Mickey shoots on him. It's just like, this isn't going to go
The thing
well.
I found was him jumping up and down in the corner. He was doing it like he not fought before. Like he was jumping up and down like someone who there's a certain jump up and down that you get that from being a fighter where I don't know what it is or how to explain it, but it's very obvious that you've been doing this your whole life. And he looked like who's the guy that the bad guy in the Bear
Chad
Raid movie? No, remember the MMA fighting movie with the English guy who's Bane is
Tom
an
Hardy.
MMA fighter?
Fighting, yeah.
Yeah, like if you show him actually fighting, you'll see that he can't fight. Like if you show him like running towards the guy, you can get away with it. If you show him jumping up and down in the corner before he fights, I can tell he can't fight. I know it's not fair, and he shouldn't. He's like, I'm already being humiliated, but you're the one that wants to be a UFC fighter. You could just go to the gym and train with all of us and fight anybody you want. You don't. Why do you need this big recognition thing? So for this, should we not be able to have some fun with you? Show me you jumping rope. Show me you shadow boxing. I want to see all of it. And why can't the pros, all the people that talk about the sport, critique your shit? Why can't we?
It does seem like he's getting a little bit of a pass. I know Ronda Rousey caught a lot of flack for not wanting to take part in media appearances and things like that.
Yeah, but she's the biggest star of the UFC, and she got a privilege for a reason.
And it's always hard to... I don't know
whether it's fair or not.
How big the anxiety thing is. He's performed in front of crowds of 100,000 people before.
Okay, dude. I know you're a wrestling fan. Catherwood, everyone's very knowledgeable in the arts of just like what a human is. You don't have to be like super experienced in MMA or wrestling. You can't hit pads. I've seen a video and it's a very bad look. And then open workouts, you're too anxious to do the open workout. You're too anxious to do the open workout because everyone is agreeing that if you do it, we will all laugh at you. And my argument is, if you're such a I don't give a fuck about what everybody thinks kind of thing, because I think that he has this thing where I'm showing a little boy that you can follow your dreams, and you know that's going to be his thing. You tell the kids, his fans. That's why I'm showing you that. You know, everyone look at. They showed Phil couldn't be done. Well, look at me now. That's what he's doing. That's the only reason you're going to be here for that. Otherwise, just go to the gym and fight everybody and have a good time. It's why you're showing me this other side where, oh no, I want it to be served on a silver platter, because otherwise I'll get a little anxious and I won't enjoy that. And I'm like, that's not showing me a fight, a no quit, never give up guy. That's showing me a guy that wants it served up a certain way.
Different rules for him.
Yeah, like you're not
right. I guess
fighting through anything.
The question is, like, by all accounts, and we've had Tyrone Woodley on here before, and part of his team says he's a nice guy. CM Punk's not a dick to other fighters, and so
he was a dick to your fucking nose, Catherwood. He was a dick to Mickey Gall.
Yes,
he was disrespectful to Mickey Gall, and it was laughable. I just think that I'm really interested to see what he does today when he goes up to the guy. Will he be nice to Mike? Because that was embarrassing to me. You're not good enough. And look, even I saw Mike Jackson interview. He's had one fight. He's an amateur fighter at best. It's not an insult. It's just what you get called when you've had one fight.
Well, all I would say to that is, if we're talking about not CM Punk, just UFC fighter X. If you're a super cool guy behind the scenes, total pros pro, and then you go to a face-off and you're like, fuck you, I'll fucking murder you, I don't think you're a dick.
You're doing your job.
Yeah, I don't think showing some dude. I mean, it's a. In this case, we know you can't back it up, so maybe you should. They always say act like you've been here before. Maybe you should act like you haven't been here before because you haven't been here before. But I don't think it makes you a dick to have some dude at a face-off.
I don't necessarily buy the anxiety thing. I wish he went through all the steps that every other fighter on this card is forced to go through, whether that's media appearances, open workouts. But as a fan of his, like, I hope he does well. He seems to... No other fighters seem to have an issue with him.
That's not true.
Like him personally?
There's a respect in the game, man. People
but
just
is the
don't
issue
go around
with the
trashing
UFC?
them.
But is the
No. Well, how can you blame the UFC?
Because I haven't seen anybody be like, yeah, Punk's a dick.
He did it for money. No, he's not a dick. He's delusional, but he's not talking shit on other fighters.
Right.
But it's still a free one, man. Like it's a gimmick, and you're not.
What I think Jason's trying to say, and the way I feel about it is, by all accounts, he is a very nice guy, and that's not the issue. It's that he's trying to play by the rules don't apply to me, as a man who has not earned that. Ronda Rousey did it after like 11 title defenses.
Yeah, she made the sport bigger. Like personally, grew the sport.
And Conor McGregor does that after becoming Conor McGregor. CM Punk is doing the, I'm not gonna engage in this, but he's CM Punk.
But I was trying to make the comparison, Jason, before the show. Like, if some athlete or entertainer was like, I want to join the X Games and be a part of that, and I'm going to take some time out of my career and stop doing whatever I'm doing as a TV star and just train.
Yep.
And the guy's nice. He's not any good on the ramp, but he's like respectful to you, to Tony, to whoever.
Yeah.
As long as are you going to be upset at him or the X Games for giving him the opportunity to like compete, even though he doesn't deserve to be on the same stage as you?
No, no. See, this is okay. You are misunderstanding me. I'm not angry at CM Punk if he's in the Mega Ramp contest, and if he says hello to me, I'll say hello to him back. But I know, and because I'm older, younger MMA fighters might feel different. But I understand that the X Games is bringing CM Punk to the Mega Ramp because it's a business move. More people will watch the event if he's in it. So I get you. You're in the clear, and you're not lying. You're not telling me no. He's going to be the next big thing. Like if that would be, then I'd have a problem with ESPN. They'd be like, okay, motherfucker, don't do that to me, okay? And that's my problem with him. I swear I posted a video on my story about give this guy a break, and then the next morning he's on TV saying, I won't do this because I'm suffering from anxiety. I have a prescription for fucking anxiety pills. I suffer from anxiety. I've had anxiety at the worst times. But for this is my fight. I've somehow finagled the UFC to give me a second fight on TV on the main card in my hometown. And I won't do the open workout.
Disappointing.
You won't do it because I don't know. Maybe it was such a bad anxiety attack, but I mean, you did an interview where you said you were suffering from anxiety, so you were up and talking. I know when I have real bad anxiety attacks, if it's so bad that I'm not doing open tryouts, you're not getting an interview with me on camera.
Yeah.
I'm fucking dying, dude.
I'm
on the couch dying.
And by the way, the X Games example that you're using, that happened. There was that moto guy who did like double backflips in his backyard on YouTube, and they put him in there. And I talked to a ton of moto guys at that X Games, and they definitely were like, he for sure doesn't belong here. But I don't blame him for wanting to be here. I blame the X Games for letting him do it.
The only difference with that, though, is X Games moto dudes gave him a little bit more credit because he was doing something where his life could be taken away. And if you're a moto dude that has played that game for your whole career, you have to give him a little bit of respect. And CM Punk is not putting his life on the line,
or doing something amazing in that sport. You know what I'm saying? Like at least that guy put up video of him doing something phenomenal. What if CM Punk was CM Punk, but also put up video of doing the most amazing wheel kicks you've ever seen?
Yeah, look,
just destroying fucking.
He does
body.
a great sharpshooter and pile driver, so I would just say that would be
video of whatever the
amazing
fuck that is.
MMA.
I would just
Shooter.
look. He can do whatever he wants. It's his life, as he says over and over again when he gets an interview. I would just think that all that MMA has done for you, it would be. I know, Mark, you were saying that you don't have a problem with them getting angry at the face-off. I mean, if there's some sort of beef there, sure, but you're not one of them, and you're coming in with like this chip on your shoulder, and you should just be like, for me, it would come off a lot better if you were respectful to everybody. I don't like dudes that win the fight and go, fuck that bitch. I'm like, man, sure, you can do that. That's your life. I just felt like when he did that to Mickey Gall, I was like, oh. I'm like, dude, you're not even here yet. And I felt like Mickey's face was like, oh my god! Are you seriously doing that?
I agree that. Well, all I was saying is, if you're talking about the has he thrown attitude to fighters? If your only example is throwing attitude at a face-off, that to me is not the same as being a guy who has an attitude towards fighters. That's all. I
yeah.
If he's just a random UFC guy.
Yeah.
So if he does that again today, once again, I'll be like, dude, shake Mike's hand and be like, all right, I'll see you tomorrow. Is it really necessary to do that? You don't, especially when you, as far as I can tell, you don't actually believe any of that.
Does Bellator pick him up if the UFC drops him?
Fuck yeah,
100%.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
He's still a draw.
Man, that's my chance right there. Because when you say, Coca said that he'd do it, because that works. 170 pounds. That would take me 6 months. But I could do it. Dolce said I could do it.
Oh, if Dos Anjos can fight at 170, you could fight at 170.
Yeah.
To me, by the way, this is a really insane card. It's a small part of what could also be a very short part of what's going to be a really incredible long night of. This is like a.
Though it has taken a hit.
Well, whatever. This is a year-end UFC.
It's awesome.
Caliber.
And
I mean, look at the Fight Pass fights.
But real quick, the main event is still up in the air. They have not yet agreed to what that fight's going to be.
Oh,
because
wait, they might not even do it.
Right. So what would normally happen is that since Romero missed weight,
Again.
they would knock it down to a 3-round non-title fight.
Oh, God.
But I think that is still being
You can't do
discussed, according to a bunch of different MMA journalists on Twitter.
Missed by a pound and then missed by 0.2.
If I'm Whitaker, I'm not taking that. I know he's a soldier, but no way am I taking a 3-round fight with that dude. My game plan is to make you. I'm gonna gas you, and he is a piece of shit. In the second, he looks for cheat ways, and then he gets a second win, and then by the fourth, he's pretty fucking tanked.
Ironically, just one good poop away from making weight.
I think
got the shit in my pants.
Romero's camp said that they had a doctor with them that was cool with letting him continue to cut weight. The Illinois State Athletic Commission doctor said you've got to stop, and called it early for his 2-hour chance to then stop the full
How
weight.
can he?
Now, there was also a report that he was seen being helped up the stairs by 2 of his trainers.
But they all are. Why don't you?
But is
you
there
know
any
what?
concern
I don't want to
after-
post it, but look at Darren
After
Till.
Exactly.
Everybody's doing it, people.
Yeah.
Everybody you see that gets on that scale and goes, "Yeah, I'm going to win," was fucking dying. I don't think people realize, because they're so tough, and when they walk up the stairs and they do the thing, that I don't think that's like all the mental poker face that person has, and that person's mental poker face is so much tougher than the average person.
A lot of guys and gals, I would imagine. You don't hear about it because it would be terrible for, obviously, pre-fight kind of PR. They pass out as soon as they get done weighing in.
Right.
Like, they're in the back with fucking a medical team like, shit, how are we going to pull this together? That's how it gets that bad pretty frequently.
But the concern is that if an athletic commission allows that to happen and something terrible takes place that day or at the fight or leading up to the fight, they are in a whole world of trouble.
And every state's athletic board is wildly different. I mean,
when
it's the Wild West in Las Vegas. You could cut 20 pounds in a minute. They don't give a shit.
There's this thing with the no IV and the way they're making the rules different or trying to change the weigh-ins around. Somebody is gonna die. Like this, with all these videos and all the MMA fighters that are on this, that are obsessed with being giant monsters in the cage, and you're like, oh, how could you miss weight? You don't think Romero wanted to make weight and potentially have the middleweight belt around his waist tomorrow? Like, he gave it everything he's got, but
everything I had.
His body gave up.
Help me get Jesus.
He should be. Yeah, that's right.
There were some
He
crazy
should be a light
photos
heavy.
going around showing the difference in Whitaker at this weight versus the lighter weight, as well as with Dos Anjos at this weight versus the lighter weight, and just how much healthier they look, even though they're cutting still. But man, when they were lighter at 155 or 170, just drawn out completely.
Here's one for that I want to know. Holly Holm and Anderson. I mean, Anderson is fucking gigantic.
Yep.
And then I saw that Holly was cutting weight, and it just looked like, I'm like, wait, Holly cut weight? Didn't look like she even had to.
She's jacked. She looks really like muscly right now.
That's an insane fight.
The Giant Slayer.
She looks like an action hero, Holly Holm. Like, she looks like one of those Wonder Woman dolls.
So does Megan Anderson.
She had to drop all her clothes, get in the Megan to get in like the tunnel to weigh in. She was that close to being overweight.
So hot though, man. That towel tunnel is so good.
Yeah, towel tunnel.
Man, who held the towel? Like,
Yeah.
was there a gap? Did the wind blow a gap?
You've got another tunnel I'd like to investigate.
Oh my god, that scale got a best angle ever.
Yeah.
If I was the scale and I looked up, I'd be like, holy
Let
shit.
me smell the scale.
Dang.
Let me get a hotel room.
She just
with
can't wait.
Scale.
That's sweaty balls.
I'm gonna fuck this kid.
Oh man, hot
That's how I like
MMA.
my women, gigantic and dehydrated.
So sexy.
Don't drink water for 3 days, bitch. You bitch.
Pass out on my car.
Of course, in my opinion, if Tuivasa wins, Andrei Arlovsky should.
You got every card, even if he's not on it.
And if Arlovsky wins, he should retire. Guys, is this like the 5th time he's fought in 2018?
Wait, he's on. Wait, who's he fighting?
Tuivasa.
Oh, don't do it, Orlovsky. What about Rashad Evans? Man, that's a tough fight too.
Down there, that's one of the Fight Pass prelims. He's down there with Joe Benavidez and Sergio Pettis. Clay Guida's down there.
Clay Guida.
Clay Guida. And then on your Fox Sports 1 prelims, of course...
That fight is awesome, the
I
latest
know.
Overeem fight.
The Overeem fight bumped from the main card, right? For the CM Punk fight.
Yeah, I don't know why we... Oh, okay, I do.
And
See, that would bum me out if I was a fighter, but you got to look at it as...
Overeem said he's cool with it.
Is that where he came down on it? I thought initially he...
But his comments, at least the ones I saw today online, he said he understands it.
Yeah. And Carlos Esparza, Claudia Gadela down there.
Ooh.
That is a bar. That's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah.
Those are two very, very, very badass chicks.
Yeah.
Claudia Gadea does not get enough love for being hot. She should be first
It's
team
weird.
all-hottie.
It's weird because she's got like a I'm not hot and I'm a dude angle, and then she's got every now and then she wears these things where she's like a CrossFit model. So it's confusing because you're like, wait, ooh, and then you're like, I'm a man. She's a man. Yeah, I get confused with that lady and then she's got this thing where photo of her in person, 2 different people, and one can be the man and the other can be the man. I don't know. It doesn't. It's never the right. She's very confusing to me. I think she has a gigantic vagina.
Big box.
In my humble opinion, that is.
Yeah.
Very humble.
What makes you think there's a sizable vag there?
Because she's such a man.
Okay.
And I think she did a lot of steroids. And this is a clueless moron's opinions. Very small hips, big jack shoulders. Seems very manly. And that is a penis coming out
That
of
clitoris
the-
is sizable.
I mean,
A bit
that's
off-centered as well.
that's a... Wow. I didn't know that they... I mean, that kind of ate the undies a little bit, and you can see... I mean, is that a clit?
Can we
Yeah.
zero in on that?
Is that her
That's
actual
toads.
clitoris?
Toad's clit.
God damn, that's a clit. I mean, that's porn.
Because the ring girl back there's got a healthy camel toe, just for comparison's sake. That's what a...
I mean, look, you know when you got the underwear and it does the thing and you look and you go, well, there's my cock and my balls. You know, so you kind of pull the shorts so that it gives you some air in there so it doesn't give it full definition. She should have given that a little bit of a fluff, because that's a clit boner, right?
Yeah.
Here we go, we're going in.
That should be the band name.
Dang! I mean, I'm seeing full lips.
Wow. Yo, she's got to have a piercing, right?
No, I'm telling you, that's a
could be clitoris.
Yeah, that's a clit boner.
If that's not a piercing, I
Clit boner!
I literally would have worn a maxi pad and just been like, yeah, heavy flow day.
No, dude, like they do on Dancing with the Stars. They do like a mini cod piece to smooth it out because they can't have any camel toe or lips on a Disney show.
Pussies.
So they have like smooth masks. For your bag.
It's where you came from. Hiding where you came from. That's how you build resentment on yourself. You love yourself. Love your big clit.
Looks like there's all kinds of stuff going
Yeah,
on.
that's a whole Michigan.
Hey, there's balls in there, man.
There's balls in there.
That's
It looks like
awesome.
there's like 2 little lumps on top.
Yeah,
Of
testicles.
the big, no, on top of the big one. I'm not
Yeah,
talking
what?
about all that action underneath.
Her dick hangs low.
There's a lot of activity for one woman's underwear.
Very pretty lady.
Yeah.
Lots to talk about after this. We'll be back. Clit boner. Maybe it just scrunched up for a second when she flexed. Oh, fucking hoodie. Oh.
Having conversations with talent directly when she's. Oh, sorry. Thank you about that.
Do you have a stapler over there by any chance? I do not. I'll go use one next door.
Might have, there's binder clips.
Tiny ones? Okay. Yeah, I'll take one of those.
Ones.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Did you guys go check out the pizza situation?
It's not here. Not yet.
You have pizza?
I guess like the office ordered pizza, so Kevin told us.
Yeah, they look like they ordered pizza.
Thank you, sir.
Social pussies. Friend having motherfuckers. Staff is always happy, celebrating, laughing. I walk by all miserable.
You should want a happy staff.
No, not this staff.
Oh.
Just Sirius XM. I'm always so giddy, people celebrating in there. I'm like,
Well, they have salads.
Hi, this is Beth.
Makes people happy. I'm gonna send Andrew and Kevin some stuff right now.
what are we doing next?
We either have Will's news or the finish the lyric game. Whichever one you want.
Finish the lyric game.
Okay.
Check your phone, Andrew.
Yeah, just thanks. Whatever that is. Four pictures?
Yeah.
Couldn't just be one.
No, I like you that much.
You don't have a Snapchat, huh?
I don't. Should I?
I mean, yeah, because I don't think anybody appreciates what I'm doing to them on Snapchat. I think Dave, like, seriously wants to not be my friend anymore. I'm breaking him.
I could
I
help
found
you.
another one the other day where people were fucking and shitting. Like a girl's gaping and a guy shits in her pussy and
Sending you
somebody
stuff.
starts fucking it.
Send you stuff right now to send to Dave.
It's insane. Didn't know people did that. Oh, fuck you.
I love it. I think it's like one of the most awesome things you can do. Like we went to Vegas, so I went on that thing that they've got.
So I gotta buy it. These things come in big pads,
You feel like you're flying, you're laid out, you know?
and then there's like a one for your head as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like re-healing and supposed to be like, you know, the future of like helping yourself heal and regrow damaged stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, cool, fucking, I'll buy it all. Fucking, it's like $8,000 for these fucking pads and this, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
They'll get you a discount. I'm like, okay. I'm like, man, I did not know. Yeah.
Not being in pain costs.
Yeah, I see what you're sending me here, and it's pretty good, but it's like,
All right, I'm gonna send you another one. That's
it's not bad, but I mean, I'm just saying. Here we go. I'll just go on here right now and see if there's something in here that
I'm sending you something that's next level. I think.
Okay.
Finish the lyrics here. Mm-hmm. We're gonna come in.
Wow. All right. Pencil Time USA.
Everybody get up.
Do you watch what I just sent you? I sent you a new one. I stand behind it.
I've seen it. Seen it a bunch of times.
Okay.
That's up there with what I consider really disgusting. but that's like as high as it goes.
I think so. Yeah.
But I saw one the other day on this Snapchat that was better than that guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you want to do Aussie news, or I can just do this news?
If I got it in time, sure.
Oh, mate.
Am I doing a
Live read?
Live read, yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah, live read. Jason, Jeremy, live read?
yeah?
That's Jason Ellis.
Right after this on
When you live in the country or in a small town, you know a few things that city types don't. Things like which back roads flood, the best fishing spots, the owner of the hardware store, and the country's best 3A quarterback. That's what I know about. You also know that the way things ought to be done. Dish was built to serve small town America, and because of that, they share your small town approach. Talk straight, deal fair, and most of all, listen. Dish knows that when you're out past the last cable line, you make even stronger connections, and so they strive to present real choices and provide real service, the kind that you don't expect. You deserve. In small towns, you take care of each other, so let Dish take care of you with the latest technology, professional installation, better programming, and first-rate service from a retailer that lives in and supports your community. Dish listens. That's why they stay tuned into you. Where?
Poo jogging?
Poo.
Yeah.
is a phenomenon. That's
Everybody's
come up
poo jogging.
at least twice. Serial poo jogging, not just the one. I ate something funny and I was mid-run and it was an emergency, but people who seem to make a habit of it in certain communities.
Jog shitting. Everybody's doing it.
Like animals, that need to mark the territory of the turf where they jog. And there are a couple of unsolved poo jogger incidents out there. Once or twice poo joggers have been identified, but this is the first time I can think of where a poo jogger has been caught red-handed over in Brisbane. This man, Andrew McIntosh,
Oh, wow.
was photographed mid-turd,
Macca is busted. Pants down.
toilet paper in hand.
Wait,
Look at him.
he brings toilet paper.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why the community that he lives in took such an interest and took such offense to what he has been doing, because the fact that there was always toilet paper next to the turds reeked of premeditation.
Yes. No, I see what you did there.
They should have just run up at this guy and pushed him on his shoulders after
I
taking
know,
the picture.
right?
So he just falls back on the shit he just took and flattens it like a turd pancake.
There's
with
a
his
video
ass.
of a guy doing that. That's on
Sweet.
Instagram. Can't see tits, but you can see a dude take a full-on shit and fall in it.
So they noticed.
Well, tits are disgusting, Jason.
I think there were 30 recorded instances of shitting with toilet paper in this little community. So people bought some spy type equipment like infrared cameras and what have you on the internet until they started to establish the pattern of when this guy was doing stuff, and then it was just a matter of hiding in bushes and waiting until they could snap this photo.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't look like, an infrared or one of those
No, it's
stationary
not.
cameras. This looks like it could be the guy's Match.com profile pic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably.
wait, then
No,
then they went to his house?
Yeah. And there's another photo of him getting out of his car. This was posted on a community online bulletin board, and the guy resigned from he's an executive at I think a company that owns a string of retirement communities, like a very respectable, successful 60-something-year-old man who's being publicly disgraced because he was just shitting all over Brisbane.
Is he saying anything about it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't... Hey,
Had the
man.
shit, mate.
Yeah, like, stop picking on me about me shit, or...
No, the only thing that I saw was that he had quit his job.
Oh, man.
Well, you know what? Good. Fuck him. I know
Why?
this probably seems like a hot take coming from me, but I hate stepping in poop. And if it's a fucking human poop, you goddamn son of a bitch, I want to punch him right in the mouth.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm just, like, one time I took a shit because I was dying for a shit when I was running. Okay. But to take toilet paper and shit in someone's neighborhood over and over again, you just thought you were going to get away with that forever. And, yeah, now you're caught, and you got crazy repercussions.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude. Like, I don't feel sorry for it. What's my excuse? Well, the thing is, he took toilet paper. The thing is I don't give a fuck about where I shit. Some other person cleans my feces up off the ground. And yes, it makes it way worse when there's toilet paper there, because it's a person.
Yeah, because dogs don't wear
Yeah, I know. That's when you're like, ah.
See, I could be more forgiving for this guy if he was a little funnier or more creative with it.
Okay.
But to just drop a log, wipe your ass, and
Just
leave,
to have a routine.
that's fucking lazy.
To have a routine where you're like, I'm going to get somebody else to clean my poo up all the time. You're an asshole.
Yeah. Make sculptures or something.
Losing your job is pretty heavy, but man, what do you think was going to happen? 'Cause one time I shit in like an alleyway. I'm like, man, definitely wouldn't do that again. If I went jogging the next day and that happened, I'm like, I'm shitting my pants. Because I would just think I'm getting caught taking a shit the second time I do it.
Yeah.
I can't believe I got away the first time.
I have shit in my pants running.
What?
There's got to be a
You
certain
have shit in your pants right now?
No, I said I have shit in my pants running.
Oh.
There's got to be a certain kind of person that running really makes them have to shit. I've run,
No, we've done this. People,
no,
yeah.
I know. I've gotten in the habit of running once in my life and running several miles at a time, and it's just never made me have to shit. This is clearly part of this.
You gotta shit first.
I don't know if the running has ever made me shit, but I've been running before and then been like, uh-oh.
Yeah, that was what happened to me. I just was too far away from anywhere where I could shit,
Right.
and it hit me, and I was like, I wasn't in a car where I could burn somewhere. It was shit in my pants time.
Yeah.
Or find a bush somewhere, and I just didn't find. It was too public an area for me to feel comfortable.
Yeah,
doing that.
getting caught shitting when you really need to shit is you can't apologize for it.
This guy.
If you're dying to pee and you pee and someone's like, and you go, oh man, I was gonna piss my pants.
Yeah.
But yeah, poop for some reason it's harsh.
Yeah, this guy said hello upon having that photo of him taken. That was his
mate, hello.
That was his official.
Hello.
To me,
Look at me shit.
if you have to go, you have to
Felt
go.
that to be a little bit offensive, Kevin.
If you gotta go, you gotta go, and I don't know what decision I would make. I can see the argument for shitting in your pants. I think I might opt to just drop it somewhere and go, but I can definitely tell you that I'm never jogging in that neighborhood again.
Or if you're a jog pooper, bring those fucking doggy bags and pick your own turds up.
Yeah.
That's respect. That you know what? That's an easier thing to have in your pocket than toilet paper too.
Yeah, they
Man.
make those fucking little bracelets that just hold a bunch of.
Well,
poop
then I would
bags.
just put the bag. I would hold the bag open and poop in the bag.
Do you think he wipes his ass and then throws the toilet paper down on top of his own shit?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
right
that
next
holds
to
it in place.
Yeah, that used to happen outside of swing house.
Which means you could have a little bit of toilet paper and a poopy bag. You
Yep.
can poop in the bag, wipe his butt with the toilet paper, put the toilet paper in the bag, and then put that in the trash
That's what
can.
I do when I camp. It's exactly what I do when I
Right.
camp.
You don't dig a hole. You just poop in the bag.
Sometimes. I mean,
Yeah.
I've done poopy bag and paper, and then thrown it all in one big bag, and
I always used to dig a hole. I don't know why.
No statement from him. He was subject to a $378 fine locally. The company said in a statement, the company for which he used to work, Avio Group is distressed and disappointed at the alleged incidents concerning Mr. McIntosh. He has tendered his resignation to the company today and is no longer an employee.
When you're 60, because I watched a movie about that with that guy that has a unique skills and is going to kill somebody. And he was in a movie where he gets fired when he's 60. You know, and he's 60. You know what I mean? Like, what am I going to do with my life? So, I mean, this guy taking shits, but, I mean, when you get fired at 60, you might have permanently fucked this guy. But then again, he permanently fucked himself because he's a poopy guy.
What, so what's his plan? Like, I mean, it doesn't sound like he was a politician. Why would he need to resign? I don't know, it just confuses me. Now he's going to go apply for another job. Why does he feel he's not suitable for the job he had? I have to go find a new job for pooping on the floor.
Yeah. I think he was offered the opportunity to resign.
Okay.
Or he could just be retiring.
Hey,
He's
our
like
love.
a high-powered executive.
It's possible.
Right now, he can just shit anywhere he wants.
He can be a consultant. That's kind of the
Free
way.
to poop all over the land.
Wait, did you say Andre Orlovsky was on the card still, right?
Yes.
Okay. Making sure. I mean, he should still retire even if he's not on the card, but I'm excited to watch him fight that New Zealand guy.
Yeah.
The fat guy.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like a funny guy.
Yeah, he's a kind of like a Mark Hunt 2.0 kind of guy.
Right, well, he's good friends with him, so it makes sense.
Makes sense.
They like knocking people out.
Mm-hmm.
Have a game?
So
We have a game, and I think Will is going to join us. He has not yet left for Canada, where we will be next week.
zip lining.
Yes. I did look into zip lines. There are a bunch in Vancouver. In case he wants to join me and Kevin on Sunday at a zip line.
I'm going to
adventure.
pants the fuck out of you.
Will, did you figure out if you can take a normal plane into Canada or if they use a different sort of aircraft at their airports?
Oh God, do I have to look that up too?
I somehow took away Will's intro and replaced it with an Andrew intro.
Well, I'll play that and then I'll come in.
Just future. I don't know how that happened, but yep.
But real quick reminder, Vancouver Yuck Yucks on Monday night. Edmonton Yuck Yucks Tuesday night. Calgary Yuck Yucks Wednesday night. If you got an RSVP confirmation email, you're all set on the guest list. Any open seats will be released at 7 p.m. as well.
That's it. That's exciting. What? I just like that button.
That cat's excited.
So what's up, guys? How's it going?
What's up?
Just hanging out, I guess.
Now, Kevin and I put together another game.
If there was a fire right now, Will would be he would survive longer than all of us. You're very canvassy.
Oh, I thought you were saying I would burn longer. Go ahead. What's the game?
I think, Jason, you had an idea a couple weeks ago to do a finish the lyric karaoke style game.
Yeah.
So Kevin and I have put together a musical chairs karaoke game for us to all partake in right now.
Yeah, what page is that on?
It's the games page, I believe.
Right, games page.
Is that right, Kevin?
Very
Yep.
appropriate.
And I think we're going to go around.
Fuck you, Will.
Kevin
I caught that.
and I pulled a number of song clips. We have not told you guys where they're going to end, and when it's your turn, you're going to have to just continue the song in the inflection of the singer and, see if you know the lyrics.
Okay, can you demonstrate what the first one is?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a demonstration.
Yeah, you got to use the inflection of the singers.
I don't know what the hell you're talking
Was
about.
that confusing there?
I might.
It made sense to me, Andrew.
Oh, well,
You did it better. You're saying it better than when I tried to explain it to you.
But you can do it if you understood what I was saying. You can go first.
No, it's more fun. You do it.
Okay. All right. Time's on the loose, and you are turning blue.
Yep. Spot on.
Use that word.
Nailed it.
That's how you do
the
it.
game.
Sweet, sweet poetry.
Bernie Taupin strikes again.
Who's Bernie
It's
Toppins?
like your song.
He's the guy who wrote the lyrics for most of the classic Elton John stuff.
Oh, wait. He's Elton's lover?
No,
Never? Oh, come on. You know they did.
maybe, but that is not what they weren't known for. That he throughout the 30 years that they wrote music together, Elton always had more public dudes that he was and women.
Is Bernie married?
I think Bernie has a wife.
A female wife?
I'm pretty sure.
Or is it a man bride?
Because I met him.
Ooh. Man, still, it's not a, I know, right? Fuck. I saw a lot of people say on Twitter that Man Bride's still a pretty heavy, it's not too late to be Man Bride.
That's a heavy fucking band. You do not fuck with Man Bride.
Man Bride rips.
That sounded cool, man, when you said that. Man Bride rips, like, that made sense.
Yeah.
I can see it in like that pointy evil metal font.
It's not too late. You could use the M from Metallica. Ooh, what if you use different letters from different famous bands' names?
What about not?
Okay.
Bernie Taupin has had 4 female wives.
Alright. Looks pretty hedgerow.
Do you have sex with him?
That's a
Fair enough question.
Seems like he's trying to overcompensate with something
Not
here.
on Wikipedia.
Always a man bridesmaid.
All right, not it. Not it. Not it. Not it.
I'll
not
do it.
Fucking
Break
do
me
it.
up a
I'll
piece.
fucking do it.
Who's this? Who's
Kevin,
doing it?
you're
Fuck
doing it.
yeah.
Go.
I've got 500 men who want to travel to.
It's crazy how none of us know the lyrics to anything.
I got that one, I think.
Yeah?
I know what I sing to it, but I'm pretty sure
I
it's
know.
not
Let's sing,
words.
let's sing together.
Yeah, I don't know the
Alright,
lyrics to
alright.
anything.
Both of you do it.
You go high.
From you.
It's something
Well,
that
100
100 men or more could ever do.
Yeah, you guys are spot on. As far as I know.
He said could, and I said would. I think that we were pretty close.
Here's something that 100 men or more could ever do.
That's more than 100 men. More. More
That's
than
what I'm saying. I got
100
words that I
men
sing,
could
but I don't-
ever do.
I got words,
Catherwood.
but I don't think they
Yeah.
Go.
Take on me. I'll be gone a day or two.
Fucking hell!
Wow, that's amazing.
Shattered the safety glass over there.
Winner of the
Have you
game!
seen them playing live recently? They can use you. At this point, he's like, I'll be gone in a day or two.
Like the Carl Lewis national anthem.
No, he could have played it in a different key, but he chose that way to do it acoustically.
Come on, everybody, sing along.
Come on, everybody, please help me!
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
Just like an ending. Maybe I'm just like my father to go. Maybe I'm
Just like my mother.
Oh, you guys know it.
She's never satisfied.
She's never satisfied.
She lays down on the floor. This is what it sounds like
When the doves cry. Beep, 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 beep.
I needed the fucking first word after it.
I didn't know that.
The whole fucking album, Jesus.
I didn't know that one line though. I don't know what that.
Do this one then.
He sits on the floor. He has 2 teeth. He sits on the floor and he stands up and knocks them around.
Yeah,
Everybody's on the floor.
that was pretty good, dude.
I don't know what he's talking about there at all.
I don't think he does either.
Yeah,
about Chevy
right.
Chase.
He made up words, right? Come on, Andrew. You got this, Andrew.
Oh, you know what I mean. I was born out here, and now we're moving on.
Yeah.
On the floor.
You sound like that Linda McCartney singing "Hey Jude" back in Vocal Isolated.
Right? Pretty good.
I thought you did pretty good.
Thank you.
I thought that was better than you've ever done before.
Is it Tully's turn?
Yeah.
Sure. Mother's fat, she needs some work. The kids are farting on their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, nailed it.
We can afford to get the real song.
Nailed it.
Stripped right from a VHS.
Designer imposters.
Yeah. In the style of.
Okay, let me try. Oh, fuck. Didn't know when I had sex with my dad.
Wow, you did it!
Sorry.
Right.
Maybe that's just in there.
Could be.
Shit.
No, I just checked lyrics.com. You nailed that. You get a point.
This is like a Rorschach test.
And that's why I think about killing myself every now and then.
A lot of people think that song's about an AIDS test.
Okay, who's next?
Catherine would have said.
Love is me. Love me. Say hell yes.
I hate you for knowing.
Wow.
Get out. Get out.
It's
Get
in the
out.
ballpark, right?
Yo, I don't know. I'm fucking goddamn man.
You're close. I'm pretty sure the lyric is, "How come everybody want to keep it like that?"
Which is Beatlesque.
Keep it or kick it?
How come everybody want to the greatest?
Like, is there a Chili Peppers song we can't do that to?
I know, right?
Or add California like 11 times.
Oh man, that would have been so good. How come everybody? Fucking assholes.
That's unexplainable.
Go, Cool Beans.
Okay. And then we're gonna go and smoke some poop. Hey everybody! Let's all fuck! I don't even know what that
Man. Separate that. Hey everybody, Let's All Fuck might be the new song from Young Thrustfuckers.
is. Who even was that?
I know, right? Who was that?
That's
Yellow
Ocean
Card.
Avenue.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
That's classic Yellow Card.
Vintage.
Losing any sleep over missing that one.
Vintage.
Those pussies.
Vintage and Yellow Card together. That's funny. All right, go, Will. Change your mind. Go, Andrew. This is yours.
Okay, great. Take a right turn on a London street. Nope. Take a wrong turn. Can we play it again?
Yes.
All day.
No,
Yeah,
no,
an
Can
hour
I
and a
get
half.
the, can I get the country version?
Take a left turn onto Downing Street.
What?
Nope. Isn't that a street
Nailed
in
it.
London?
That's Cahuenga.
Good thing we did that again. It was
A bold reimagining.
Reversal. All right, I'll take the next one. And they sit on our faces.
Yeah!
Nailed it.
Oh.
Sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like eating hot dogs.
Nope.
Think about making some wood claws. Take a pee.
Dry retch coming out of his throat.
Motherfucking mother's coming and I'm driving because the cops is gonna give me lies.
Yeah!
Together.
Yeah.
That impersonation was... Mwah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Spot on.
Who was that?
Elvis.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, I do
The other
hear.
Elvis.
Right. Catherwood, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I realized he was a Jew.
Makes sense. Well-known anti-Semitic. Who was that?
Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald.
Oh,
No,
that's his version of it. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Mark Cohn.
Yeah.
Who did
Cool beans.
So many classic renditions, whatever the fuck that was.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool beans.
I want to hear the Cool Beans vetter.
Well, my left nip squirting. I got my face. Well, some cream, where the pimp at?
Yeah.
I love that lyric.
Spot on. Spot fucking on. Go ahead, Will.
I don't wear pants.
And I think he says it.
Drives me crazy.
Yep. Okay, Andrew.
And when you tell yourself I'm over you, I'll
Try it again.
go.
Wait, sorry.
Nope. Over you, I know I will. Understand my ship's not sinking. And when you tell yourself I'm over you, I won't be lying.
Yeah, really.
Okay, Michael.
Yeah. Suck my butt and kiss my friend.
Suck my butt is what everybody's saying, for sure.
It's always ready to go.
If you read between the lines, right? You know?
That's
Right.
the bullet in Tully's chamber.
Suck my butt could be a cool song.
Yeah.
Oh.
Always alone and never free. I'm a girl. I'm all alone. Happy me with my friends so we can be.
Roast beef.
Sorry.
Is this me? And all the lights that lead you there are blinding.
Yeah, you fucking champion. Damn it. Oh, God damn it, somebody knew a word.
There are many Beatles songs that sound a lot like this.
Hey.
But I don't know why.
Catherine Wood is in the lead with 1 point.
Okay, cool beans.
I'm from New Jersey, with steak, eggs, and nine. And we'll get in the Jeep with a bunch of friends of mine. Oh, I have no regard. Yeah.
That's what he says. He has no regard
for anything. Pancho gives no fucks whatsoever.
That's one thing everyone's always known about John.
Off the album regardless.
Yeah.
No fucks.
Okay. Go ahead, Will.
We're going to the moon. That's where we can have a fight.
Yeah. He totally would have said that.
Oh man, that would be sick to watch
Ozzy
Ozzy battle a werewolf on the moon.
It's not too late.
Moon Fight's another good song.
Moon Fight. Yeah.
When I make my tequila with tears of sorrow. Is this the right band?
Do it again.
Yeah, you gotta get 2 lines out, man.
My life is full of sorrow. When are we going to the store?
My life is full of sorrow. When are we going to the store?
Hey, no. It's like you gave up on playing the game. You should have just asked people to suck your dick again.
Butt. Suck his butt.
Shopping with the devil.
Okay.
Shut up.
It's not Michael.
Oh!
No.
He's all over
yeah,
that.
He doesn't
yeah.
get that.
Oh, come on, let me do it.
Okay.
I'm just looking for a couple cute guys, Mom.
Catching a fish in the sea. I'm lubed up. Sorry. I keep getting hot. I keep getting ladies. This is fucking bullshit. Go, Catherwood.
All right. I'm gonna fuck your asshole at a furious pace.
Nice. Better than what they say.
We built the city on cock and roll.
Go, Beans.
And we'll go to the mall. I need new bracelets. My other 2 broke.
Yeah, nah. Hey, can't win them all.
I was just trying to think as 80s as I could.
I think Andrew ruined everything. We're going shopping all the time. Go ahead, Tully.
Did this hat need to be so big? Why can't a guy fucking shave around here on the treadmill? Chillin'.
Yeah.
Got some fucking big ass pants.
He'd be so much cooler if he said that. Fucking big ass pants. Say that, man. Yeah, no, good. No, go. I'd rather.
Oh, I want you. You finally got a man.
I don't know. I don't want it. I don't know what he's saying.
Not it.
It's gone now.
I wanna pee.
I'll give it a shot.
On MC Hammer.
That's it. Okay, Catherine.
Gonna get on my knees and it's time to blow your load on my face, bro.
No! No, I know, right? Why not? Who gets the last one? I think Kevin's the best at it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The vetter though.
I got a big fat dick. Hey young man, you look like fun. Pull your pants down and see your buns. I'm gonna shoot a big fat wad of smoking hot white cum.
You shop around the mall.
I spin my bracelets right around.
Like a Kaiser.
Yeah, man, we gotta figure out how to keep it like a Kaiser.
Yeah, down the street.
That lyric has gotta be in there, right?
Like a Kaiser on down.
With the devil.
Oh, it's a fun game.
Yeah.
Let's never do that again.
Fuck.
That's a great promo. It's a fun game. Let's never do that again.
Oh, pizza's here.
Funky hot grits.
So the show's the 26th, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Should I reach out to Steve-O?
Well, I mean, let's run it past. If it's up to me, sure. Let's run it past Lee. I'm trying to think about who I can really bring to the table. The problem is there's only so many people, and Lee knows all of them better than me.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm sure I could get like Greg Fitzsimmons to do it if that is a needle mover, but he's out of town for most of the summer writing Crashing. You know, I'm pretty, if schedule allowing, I could probably get Ben Glebe to do it. I don't know if that, you know, like the people who are, Joey's gonna get people to go there.
Yeah, but I think both the aforementioned gentlemen give the thing cachet.
Yeah.
You know, but it looks professional because they're good and
Yeah.
have a name.
Yeah. So.
And they're well respected.
Yeah. So I'll throw those
Looking
names
at
out there.
Ben
But yeah, it
Glebe.
kind of seems like Bert and Joey are that, or just us promoting it and people, you know, just responding to
pull her tits out?
The hockey players really like her.
to that.
They skated by and were all
I
like
wanna-
pointing at her and giving her a thumbs up.
Trying to figure out not how to do all news stuff, but I kind of want to do like mainly different stuff than I did last time.
Right.
It's so fucking challenging. Every
Oh,
this week I was gonna get out, and it's just there's this whole scenario at my house where it was my wife's birthday, and on Tuesday, and we're having a little baby sprinkle on Saturday, and the person who was supposed to be handling things has kind of dropped the ball, which kind of put it on my wife, which is obviously not cool. So I had to kind of take that off her. So just not the time for me to be like, look, I'm picking up the slack, but I'm also gonna run this open mic, you know. But it's just every fucking week, it's
I hear you. And I
Something.
always, I always feel, even when I do get a chance to go do something, comedy included, I always feel like I'm leaving a burden on my wife.
yeah. And then I wanted to try to do some shit while we're in Canada. I thought that would be fun to try to, but it's just like the reason why we're at these comedy clubs is because they're usually dark on Monday and Tuesday.
Right.
So we're doing a thing from 7 to 10. So is there some hot show I can get on at 11 p.m. on a Monday in Edmonton?
Right.
I've looked, not that I'm aware of. You know? I mean, literally, if I just wanted to go to an open mic just to do something totally different. Is there an open mic at 11 p.m. in Edmonton on Tuesday? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I've been able to find.
I wonder if because I'm sure local comics up there would be more than happy to be helpful if you hit up Twitter, if that would be something that could be fruitful.
I'm sorry, but this lady brings so much.
Because I'm sure they would just love the idea of you mentioning on the air that you're going to an open mic. Like the local comics probably think that would be.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of just thinking maybe I should just go and, press some flesh at these clubs and just be like, I want to come back. I don't know how insane it would be for me. Just feel like if Schaub can go do 45 to people who already are pre-sold on Brendan Schaub.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've done 20.
Yeah.
Can I do 45?
Yeah.
I think I can.
Well, I know you can. Maybe not tonight, but you can.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because that's the thing, is I kind of feel like I have like 20, and I've added another 10 that I like, and it's like, well, I have other stuff that I used to perform that I felt pretty good about. If you put it all together, I mean, like...
What you should do is use these shows that we're doing as a way to add 10 every time.
Yeah. Right. The problem is I don't really have enough faith in... I have like 3 things that I've used in the last like year as like the closer kind of thing, and I'm really reluctant to not do something that I'm pretty sure will go well for the last like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, maybe do it. It's got to be a 2-step forward, 1-step back thing where you go and you add 10 minutes. 8 of it, 6 of it doesn't work, but 4 does, and then the next time, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That's another thing. That's another thing that just comes with like the reps, because if you remember when that one time at Sycamore when Whitney did show up, like she just went. She just had a bunch of notes, and she's just like, "Fuck it, I'll just give this all a shot." And you could tell none of it was stuff she had really settled on. It was. That confidence from just being up there so much.
7 days.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is at this point I kind of have like shadow. I have this whole other shadow 20 minutes of shit that I'm like, I know that this is funny, I know that this is good, but I know that this requires a smarter crowd, more people who are willing to just follow you to be like, not like what's the deal with, but like.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
And it's like the problem is I do that stuff.
Is it an IMAX film or?
At nothing shows for nobody, so I can't really get it working because I'm not doing it for a crowd. But then whenever I'm in front of a crowd, I want to do stuff that I think has a good chance of working in front of a crowd. I've got to kind of figure out a way to sneak in at least a few minutes of the smarter.
I'm fine, thank you, Betsy.
I'll take these guys from you.
Thank you. I got the next thing for you, man.
Yeah.
I did it yesterday. Trained with Nick Herson in the pool.
Mm-hmm. I got a pool.
0 impact.
I'm listening.
And my hips and knees and shoulders, it's like the best. It was the best therapy I've done in forever. Complete. It was a totally exhausting workout that had 0 impact on your body.
Okay.
And you have a pool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a couple of little pool workouts invented myself, but I bet you they're not as good as it.
We still got time.
Watch out here.
Imagine
I
knew what you were looking
No,
at.
see, he had to have. He wanted me to hold the phone a certain way. I was actually thinking about that yesterday, and I'm getting bummed out of myself. Come on, okay, so you figured out the first name was Mike. Where'd you get Escamilla from?
Okay, so we know things.
Come on.
We know that.
Every time I tried to hold the phone, he fixed the way I held my hand.
Also, I changed my year right before he opened up the envelope. So, I'm just wondering, how do you... I know many ways you can perform that, but none that work.
I sent Andrew gross because I know how he's so
He
tight.
does?
Oh yeah, I had to get rid of a phone just because somehow the image is saved on it. And I was like, let's just get a new phone.
I'm happy. I'm so happy right now.
Somehow, like, whatever Galaxy phone I had previously would just save whatever text message pictures I got. Whenever I open up, like, the gallery of the camera, it was like some gaping asshole from Catherine.
Get rid of the phone.
Mission accomplished. Look how happy he is.
It happened all the time?
Oh, yeah.
Did anybody see it?
Oh, my girlfriend was like, what are you doing?
Sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again. Is the Jason Ellis Show.
Anthony Bourdain, you guys talked about it this morning. He's dead of an apparent suicide. CNN's going to air Remembering Anthony Bourdain tonight at 10 p.m. I don't know if there's any more news on that or not, but he was found unresponsive in his hotel room on Friday.
In Paris, right? Or somewhere in France?
So I just... That's weird, isn't it? To be right in the middle of doing something.
I mean, found there of what? Like, oh,
jeez.
Just real quick to try and brighten your day up. Listen to this, lady, Alex. How much joy? Sorry, I'll play it again. This is a lady who fish comes out onto the land next to the turtles to get the bread off the bank, and she commentates the fish coming out and then going back in. But I just want to be friends with this lady. I think when she's so pumped on seeing the fish come out, I hear James Brown in it a lot. But
Yeah.
I'm just like I wish the news would report this just in. A fish did come out of water to get some bread, but listen to this very joyful lady announce it because it brings a smile to my face. Here we go. Wow, it's so good. I love that lady.
The video of there's the guys robbing like a convenience store or something, and they have a gun, and then the security guy comes in, and his quote is, I think he says, "Mine's is real."
That's pretty good. In other news, maybe you guys saw it earlier in the week that in Virginia they had someone steal a vehicle and there was a police pursuit.
Yeah.
It was a guy from the National Guard base at Fort Pickett. He stole an armored vehicle.
Yeah.
People were freaking out at seeing, an armored vehicle going down the street.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's really done.
Yeah, exactly. And police chasing it. Of course. Well, this one, is a transport.
Oh,
thing,
an
so-
armored like that's a tank.
Yeah.
Is what I would call it. It's a tank that doesn't have guns.
Yeah, exactly. It does not have any weapons.
Yeah, but it doesn't
on
look like you could pull that over though.
No.
Like
It
it
could
doesn't.
definitely drive over shit.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has to stop for anybody.
Right. The weird thing about it, though, is he was tweeting the whole time. Like,
Why not?
Earlier in the day, he tweeted, "It's a glorious day to shoot 15,000 rounds of ammunition in reflexive fire drills." And then he started live tweeting his chase. And he said some really weird things in there.
Makes sense. I mean, he did steal an armed vehicle.
It seems like he might be a pretty weird guy, Will.
No, but I mean, there's weird and then there's weird. I mean, some of the tweets from this guy were like, "Where are the buffalo? The water buffalo?"
That makes sense.
What did happen to him?
Interesting question.
I don't really feel. Yeah, is there a weirder question? Because that's not that weird.
Here's a picture of the guy, by the way. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, boy.
Yeah, well, he's into the Wu-Tang Clan.
That's it.
If loving the Tang is weird,
Yeah, then
Throw me in jail.
Call me Emo Phillips.
He said, "Man, am I thirsty?" He tweeted, "This is Sovereign 6, actual any station on this net. Do you read me? Where's this damn water buffalo? I'm ready to move to London. What I learned of the army is to never volunteer for anything. With that being said, I'm looking for a few volunteers. All I want to do is get an anime wife." You know.
I like that.
He's not going to London.
Probably not anytime soon.
Maybe never.
Maybe not.
So there it is. Dehydrated soldier takes.
He also said he was gonna expose these secrets of the CIA and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe he was.
We've heard
Nope,
them.
he's not.
Oh, okay. Speaking of the government, in political news, President Donald Trump told reporters that he is not going to invite the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Golden State Warriors to visit the White House following the conclusion of this year's NBA Finals.
Why not? What they did wrong?
They don't
both
like
said-
him.
They both said they weren't going to go.
Oh.
Day one.
And he said something cool. Trump said, you know, my attitude is if they want to be here, the greatest place on earth, I'm here. If they don't want to be here, I don't want them. Boom! Drop the mic!
Okay. Well, then we can move on then.
Okay. In other political news, if you believe North Korea, their supreme leader...
They've never done anything for me to not trust them.
Kim
never been
Jong-un.
shady. No legacy of shadiness.
Well, you know, he comes from a long line of mythical heroes, like his grandfather, who's the greatest genius to ever walk the face of the earth.
It's true.
His father, a prodigy in every area of life, like being a crack pistol shot, riding horseback when he was 5.
Excellent call.
Oh, true.
That's why people that meet Kim Jong-un are surprised. Because...
He's a fat midget retard. Sorry, those are all bad words. Sorry, everybody. I lost my thing.
The president of the International Olympic Committee met him in March and says he breaks the ice by making self-effacing remarks. Apparently he said something to the effect of, I love to play sports, especially basketball. You may not be able to tell since I'm short and fat. That's crazy that he would say something like that. I mean, this guy who, is the first guy to go to the moon and, got 18 holes in one in a
Can
row.
breathe underwater.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a real Superman of the people.
Exactly. So I think you guys were talking about what's going to happen in that meeting. I think it would be probably surprising, whatever it is. Don't you think so, Catherwood?
I have to agree with that.
Expect the unexpected. That's what you're saying.
Right.
Neil?
Donald Trump, Dennis Rodman, and Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
I would say it's going to be pretty crazy.
God, it would be great to be a fly on the wall in that.
Absolutely.
You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only use the edge of it.
And also, in politics, Congress is considering legislation to allow the government to shoot down threatening drones. Wouldn't they already have that ability?
I would assume so.
Yeah, that's what I would assume as well. A bipartisan group of senators introduced legislation to give DHS and the Justice Department authority to protect buildings and assets when there is an unacceptable security risk to public safety posed by an unmanned aircraft. You would think we already... hey, if a drone or a bicycle or a balloon or a beaver is heading at us and it's going to destroy us, we have the right to destroy it first.
What about this? What about a drone that has a cord on it, and you can attach yourself to it, and then it just takes you to wherever you need to go, like an Uber, and you're only a couple of feet off the ground because the cord's real long. So the flying device is up high, and it drops these cables down, and you put on a little harness, and then you can even be on your phone, and the fucking thing just like goes, and off you go. You mean like just a little bit above the ground. Away from, obviously hitting cars and all that stuff, a little bit higher, and then takes you to your destination and drops you there.
Yeah, if you got to cross the street, it just picks you up a little bit over the cars and then sets you back down over there. It could also help you jog because it kind of pull you along.
Like when you're a baby and you have the bouncy seat thing because you can't stand up yourself and the thing kind of half holds you, and you just do the springy thing over and over again, and you got the whistle thing and the spinny thing and the and you just do those over and over again because you're a monotonous blob.
Except it's a cell phone. And then also, bouncy seat drone thing. I would pay, $10 at the fair to ride on that.
I'd pay more than that to see a photo of you in it.
In a bouncy seat?
Yes.
A giant bouncy seat?
A giant adult bouncy seat from Will. As he
Me
bing
and my
bongs down the
onesie?
road. Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally took that word out of my mouth.
Really?
Yeah.
Parents. There's something wrong with our semen?
Not mine.
Not mine.
Yeah.
Can't swim?
Yours. A 3-month internal review conducted by senior U.S. surface fleet leaders found that some or significant concerns with ship handling skills of 85% of junior officer seamen. But they know there's a problem and they're going to fix it. In the meantime...
Wait, we handle our semen incorrectly?
But it tastes better if you eat pineapple?
No, it's sea...
Tastes worse if you eat asparagus?
Men.
Get into detail?
It's seamen. Yeah, basically...
Wait, not cum.
Right.
Oh.
They couldn't avert a catastrophe when they were in training. Training for a catastrophe, like a sudden thing happens and they couldn't avoid like hitting another ship or something.
They couldn't keep it cool under pressure.
All it takes is one to get through, though.
Speaking of which, there's maybe something wrong with your semen.
Now are we talking about my cum?
Yeah, we are. Scientists say going through stressful periods may affect the quality of your face paint.
Wait a minute, we still talking about my cum?
Yes.
What's face paint?
That's just, I'd rather not say the word that you're saying. So
cum?
I'm just using, yeah.
But you'd rather say face paint?
If you're stressed, the problem...
Is he talking about coming on people's faces?
I'm just saying that...
Why is it face paint?
When you're stressed...
Yeah, why is it better to call a perfectly natural body fluid face paint?
Yeah, that's my only quiz
when
here,
people
bud.
commonly shoot it on people's faces.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Big Boss, so face paint, were you saying that it's good to paint on people's faces?
It's just a nickname.
That you use or everybody does?
Everybody, I think.
People use face paint as jizz? Jizz is face paint?
Okay, I'll change it.
Have you ever jizzed like on a paintbrush and painted somebody's face with your jizz?
Gene Simmons?
If you're stressed...
Do you have like a signature design you go for?
Is it a little brush or a big, like the one where you paint a house? Or
Yeah,
it's a roller.
A roller. So you roll jizz on your chick.
You ever do henna?
If you're stressed, the problems with your baby batter may lead to
Man,
issues.
baby batter.
What?
You cook babies?
I changed it for you.
Yeah, now you cook babies?
No, it's
you make pancakes out of babies?
You make a cake with cake batter. What do you make a baby with?
Cake batter. I mean baby batter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's got baby in it.
My dingus.
Researchers found that prolonged stress, such as
I'm watching. I shouldn't laugh.
such
at
as
that.
military
It's so bad.
conflict. If you have stress like military conflict, it can impact your gentleman's relish. The doctor who led the study said,
Gentleman's relish.
I'm trying to make what word do you want me to use?
Come.
Nadsap.
What's it called? Sprog?
Creamy dick missile.
No, but what's cum called again?
Semen?
Sperm?
Ejaculate. Oh, harsh.
The doctor who led the study said mental stress is known to have an adverse effect on your man blast. But
Cock
there
nectar?
is
Man blast.
little research on the impact of stress on total quality of your salty surprise.
Oh.
Researchers analyzed over 10,000 samples of guilt shake donated during unstressful periods. And then they compared those donations of demon seed after the donors had been involved in military conflict. The analysts revealed that when they looked at unstressed Nutter Butter and compared it to the stressed Twinkie filling, 37% of the albino lipstick samples were taken, and they had low mobility.
That's
they couldn't
impossible.
swim properly, and if the pecker snot can't make it into the baby baker, you're not going to hear the little pitter-patter feet of your lovely little nudging nippers.
Yeah, no, that's what I would have said. That's a lot of names for jizz. Good for you. Is it done, or are you going to do more?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Wow, that is a...
I finished.
So being a semen is bad for your semen?
That's the short way of
The
saying
take-home
that.
message.
Yes. And I didn't know if you saw this earlier this week in Texas. They were having severe storms. It's a hail the size of baseballs or golf balls or whatever. This actual baseball hail going on in Texas.
I'm going to Texas soon. I thought it'd be hot there.
Well, it is. And hail.
Baseball.
It's hot as
So did
hell.
that mean somebody died when that hit him in the head?
I don't
'Cause
know.
it came from the
There was
sky,
a lot
right?
of property damage for sure.
Hail comes from the sky, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that
fuck
means
your car up.
so it fell real fast, yeah?
Yeah.
So like by the time it hit the ground, it would have been doing like 80 mile an hour, right?
Yeah.
That's like a fastball in the
Yeah.
amateurs.
Yeah. You don't want to be standing underneath that. But I
An
think
ice
once-
ball in the head.
Once the first one hits you, you're probably going to seek cover.
So the first, yeah, but does the first one knock you out?
I think it starts off maybe a little bit smaller than a baseball. I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, I used to go through the storms all the time when I was a kid, but I don't remember if it started off smaller.
Did the volcanoes stop?
No.
I was thinking that we should throw sharks into it.
Or hail.
We don't have hail, but we got sharks.
Did they used to bomb volcanoes?
I mean, not all sharks, just one or two to see if it stops it. Just like go old school for a second.
What about the artificial snow making machines they use on mountains?
Or like some like supermodel, throw her
Yeah,
in.
human sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call.
Nobody's tried that yet.
How many lives
Yeah.
do we need to? I mean, this is to save all of us.
I saw where Kate Upton is #1 on the Maxim Hot 100 list. It would stand to reason that if the gods are angry and demand
Give us a
female sacrifice, they
number
want
one.
our best one.
Yeah.
Them
I'm
titties
okay
can
with
take
it.
A lot of lava.
I'm okay with it. Look, if it doesn't work, then we won't do it again.
True.
And if she dies, she dies doing what she loved, being hot.
If she
Hot
dies, if she dies, she was a witch. And what has become an annual ritual in Northeast Ohio in June? Here come the
Capsules?
little buggers. The what do they call them? They show up. It's
Midges.
Yes, midges. They show up on weather radar, even though they're not
What's a midget?
weather.
Is it an animal?
Midges?
What's a midget?
It's a
It's a
insect.
midge. One midge.
The midge, is it a wrestler?
So you see these green parts here of this weather radar?
Yeah.
That is a swarm of midges.
But it's nothing.
Look at that. It's bugs.
Oh, they're bugs. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Midges.
Super annoying bugs.
What do they look at this cloud of them here? What do they actually look like individually? All I've seen
We should
is,
set
like,
fire to them.
in the sky.
Yeah.
I remember a few years
Fireworks
ago,
show.
the Yankees
Flamethrowers.
were playing in Cleveland during mid-season, and I think David Wells was the pitcher, and it was just like kind of impossible to do your job. They don't bite, they don't leave a mark, they don't do anything. They're fucking annoying. They get up in your shit, and they're everywhere. And
You inhale them?
Could you wear a midget's helmet
That's kind of
Perhaps.
sick.
for when it's midget season?
Yeah, like a fencing mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to get helmets for the Ellis Mania tricycle race. It's on. I thought it was canceled, but Coleman Power Sports are giving us 10 of those things, so I got to get hay bales and all this thing to make the track. But then I'm like, the helmet. He's like, do you have a helmet sponsor? I'm like, I don't really want to do the sponsor thing this year. I'll get some helmets, but I want to get a helmet where you can see the person's face. And then I saw on the internet you can get like the old school open face helmet, and then you get like the bubble visors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think they're really 70s looking kind of thing.
Yeah, it looks like you're a spaceman.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about purchasing like those helmets because you'd have to get a lot. Because I was going to race 4 at a time, but it's 4 different people every time, which means 4 different head sizes. So I'm going to have a couple of each size. So it'll probably end up stacking some money. But I thought it'd be good to have a helmet like that. That way, if you throw stuff at them, you can see the person's face.
The terror.
The terror. Yep, that's what I'm looking for.
Is this separate from Ellis Mania?
This is at Ellis Mania. The Ellis Mania weekend. We'll have a tricycle race after the show on Friday. We'll go to the parking lot, and the track will be set up, and there'll be a guy from Coleman there to help maintain the tricycles, and then we'll have 4 people at a time, like I said, and we'll do 4 laps, and then the finalists, and then we'll have a final, and hopefully Friday night as many goof off celebrity dickheads that want to be in it that we know from the show, they can be in it, and show fighters too, like anybody that we all know, they can be in it. Obviously not everybody can be in it because I don't want to be in the parking lot all day. But this is the first of its kind. If it works out, these are the things. If it works out and they like it, then maybe we could make it bigger and better and all that stuff.
Start using race cars.
If anybody has any good seriously, if anybody has any good X Games, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? I mean, they made several events just to have one other celebrity in the event, so why not make this one? But if anybody has any ideas on things that you would want to throw out in front of a person who's on one of these Coleman Power Sports tricycles, hit me up on Twitter, DM me, because I have the water bomb and then the flower bomb. That's my go-to because I feel like being blind.
Smoke screen is rad.
Boiling hot oil.
I was gonna say oil slick.
It's Vegas in August. I don't think we need it. I think you could just put a bucket, a black bucket on the ground, and that would be boiling in about an hour.
Tar and feathers.
Nah, because that's just gonna go flying everywhere. But the smoke screen, like a smoke machine that like pumps halfway across some of the track. So every time, they're really hard to drive.
Think about Spy Hunter, the video game where they had a smoke screen. It was pretty sweet. They fuck the guy behind you.
You know what? I just realized you could probably put on the tricycles those things, the colored, where they like the colored flare smoke.
Yeah.
You press you rip the thing off and it's like, psh, if you had like a bunch of flares attached
but Roman
to your
candles.
I don't know what that means.
Oh God! He's talking about fireworks.
They're the fireworks that you hold and they like Chris Pontius and Steve-O shot them out their ass.
I don't see how the Hard Rock would have a problem with fireworks shooting out over hay bales.
There you go. Here's a Roman candle fight.
150 degree temperature of fireworks hitting hay bales they'd be into it. Yeah, Roman candles is not what we're going. That might be another event, but not at the Hard Rock.
We used to have those fights
But
all the time.
fuck, that's a really good idea, Catherine.
Thank you.
Man, the Hard Rock will so freak out if we did that, because
Yeah.
Wow, that looks like fun in the dark.
I know, right? Look at how burnt that guy is, though. He's not having a fun day the next
How about bull whips?
I mean, if you can, what? Do a lap, dude. I don't think you'll be able to make it. You'll need. I'm telling you, people will need practice, or they won't make a full lap around the track. The back things are plastic; it just slips out everywhere.
Yeah, so maybe you don't want to go too hard with the stuff that you're firing at them.
I mean, it's another. Maybe if you changed the carts and had the wheels not so slippery, then you could add the fireworks. But the carts are very, very difficult to drive around. I don't think Andrew and Will and Kevin are going to do a lap.
What about fake money?
Challenge accepted,
You'll
man.
need 20 minutes before you start driving around without spinning out, because it just spins out.
What about fake money? Like you make it rain on someone as they go by. Like we fucking just.
Oh, I'm totally into that.
Yeah.
Just fake money, though. What about just confetti, then? Let's just confetti them, yeah.
Last weekend, a woman was going to Home Depot.
Don't do it, woman!
And
Something bad's gonna happen. Will's gonna report about it.
It could be something good.
Go there, lady. You're gonna win a house.
Let's just say she brought her pet and left it in the truck. Wait. She left it on a leash while she went to the shop in the truck. So while she's shopping, her pet, which happened to be a spider monkey, got out of the car and started walking around.
Yeah, it makes sense. It was hot.
A Home Depot employee who was a woman couldn't help but notice the monkey walking around.
Yeah.
And so she went over and got its leash to bring it inside and say, hey, who lost their monkey? And
monkey attacked her.
That's when it attacked.
Yeah. I don't like you, lady. Don't try to contain me.
Scratched her, bit her on the neck.
Yeah. Let go.
Monkey, maybe.
Let go.
Yeah, it started to bite her again, and the doors opened, and they got nervous. But anyway, the case has been turned over to the Florida Fish and Wildlife people, and she refused treatment at the scene. But monkey bite. I'm gonna go to the doctor.
I'm not.
You could have monkey
AIDS?
rabies.
You gotta have AIDS, yeah.
No.
No?
Not that monkey.
You're telling me you can't get something real bad from a monkey bite?
You could have AIDS.
Yeah, we said that.
No, that's one fucking monkey gave a guy AIDS like 40 years ago.
Yeah,
and now
thank you.
They all
Now they all have AIDS. Pretty racist.
No, I think that there's still a problem with monkeys in Africa with AIDS. I think I'm not too much of an expert on that, but I don't think that it was just that one patient zero, and then it never happened again. I think there's still a consistent.
I mean, you're still going with the theory that like somebody did a monkey and that's how we got.
No, that's not what happened. That's the easy joke to make. Is if a guy got it from a monkey, ha ha ha.
If a monkey fucks me at that place,
Home
then
Depot?
I'll go to the doctor.
Especially if he doesn't use a rubber.
Yeah. No, if I get rolled up by a monkey, I'll probably go check it out. But if he bites me, I'm not sweating it.
No, if that's what happened in a jump species, it would have been somebody who was eating bush meat. Somebody was butchering a monkey and then cut themselves.
Duh, Will.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They eat bush meat.
Gotcha. Scientists say
Good song.
animals are busy having conversations all around us all the time.
Who are?
Animals.
Yeah. Well, like, everybody communicates. What the fuck? What's this, new?
No, communication is different than conversing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, sure it is.
That's the same thing.
No. But I'm saying that they're having actual interactive conversations.
And that's different from communication.
It doesn't matter. They're talking to each other.
It doesn't
They're all
matter.
in animal language.
If it doesn't matter, why do you have to keep proving me wrong all the time?
What?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Fuck you, dude.
Wrong.
Seriously, let's be friends.
Wrong.
All right.
I don't do that.
Okay.
See, you're wrong again. The whistles of dolphins, low rumbling of elephants, soft chirps of the naked mole rat, and the rapping of clawed frogs all can be translated.
Oh, okay. That's impressive.
Well, no, but
Oh. Well, what do you mean it can be translated? And then you go, well, no.
No, it's
So
not.
no.
When I say translated, I mean not translated.
No,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, instead of
Fucking hell.
I'm saying yes, but not in the way that you're thinking about it. I'm saying that.
So then no.
If a dog barks and goes, "Arr, arr," it's not just like, something's going on. It's like something specific's happening.
Yes,
you know?
and now we know what they're saying.
They found animal communication was not well understood. In fact, because they've been studying it for like over 50 years. But they do know now that they are communicating.
Oh, but they don't know But they don't know what they're saying.
No, but they know some interesting little weird things about it. Like
It's not that interesting.
They know that
If they knew what they were saying, that'd be interesting.
Okay.
I'm with Jason.
Give me a video of a dolphin going, and they go, well, the thing is here is he's telling his friend, you know what I mean? Like,
Don't fuck me.
I'm gonna fuck your mom tonight, and you can have sex with my sister if you want to.
Like any animal that has a mating call, that's communication.
Yeah.
We've known about mating calls.
I'm horny.
Right?
I'm horny. I'm horny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a whore. I'm a whore. I'm a whore. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come.
Just a bunch of birds.
Who wants my cum?
Some of this? You want some of this?
Fuck.
Hey,
Fuck.
I heard an old Italian guy in the locker room today at my gym make a 5-second phone call, and he just told his friend to bring some WD-40, and then they hung up.
Yeah!
He was ordering a hit, right? Is that racist of me to say?
Was he like,
What?
This weekend?
Oh, he was like,
Bring a WD-40. Okay, bye.
he was like Guido Italian. He wasn't
Yeah,
like,
he was-
hey, bring out the WD-40.
No. He was American Italian.
Which kind of
Wait.
stereotype was he
I
like?
don't understand. WD-40 means he's gonna get it. He's gonna kill somebody.
It seemed like a very, very brief, odd conversation to have for like 5 seconds, and it made me think that WD-40 was code for whack some guy.
I thought for sure it was code for we're gonna lube each other up.
Ooh.
What?
He's like, hey, I'm gonna see you this weekend. We're gonna bring the WD-40. Okay, bye. I was like, somebody's just getting killed over this.
No, they're gonna work on the truck.
He's fixing a lawnmower, or
That guy didn't drive a truck.
or they're having sex.
Man, WD-40, serious fucking right there.
CNN sent a reporter, and she flew around in a car, a flying car. Where are flying cars? They're here. Stars Born. You know that?
No,
Yes.
I didn't know.
What?
Well,
Gaga.
Will Smith's son or something?
No. It's a movie that came out in the 30s.
Man, what about it?
It's been remade like 3 times. They've done it again.
I missed
and-
all 3 of them.
With Gaga.
with Gaga.
Okay, is there a new movie with Gaga in it?
Yeah,
And Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, and they just put out the trailer for it, so if that's up your alley. You want to see something that's been remade 4 times?
Well, I didn't see the other 4, so I'll be okay.
I thought it looked good.
You'll be surprised.
It
when
looked
the person
high
dies
level.
at the end.
Yeah, I don't know what happens at all, so fuck you, Will.
Spoiler alert, the star is bored.
Jurassic World the movie. I think that's out this weekend, right?
I'll probably watch that with my wife. She loves those stupid movies.
Oh man,
It's
I've seen some
actually-
bad reviews.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That means it's gonna kill.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe.
Honestly, it's kind of, for something that should be completely out of new ideas, it's kind of rad because they're out of the fucking park finally and they're like killing people in their house and at the mall.
Oh, all right.
That's a solid. There's plenty of shit to work with there.
Spoiler alert.
A kid's. Well, I'm only seeing the preview. There's a kid in bed and the T-Rex is like leaning in its window about to eat it. Like that didn't happen at the park.
And it's called Fallen Kingdom. That kind of leads you to believe that the park has fallen.
Wow, juicy stuff, Mike.
I didn't know that James Patterson and Bill Clinton wrote a book together.
I don't know who James Patterson is.
He's a writer.
Oh, yeah?
Really
sold, like millions of
prolific
books.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a coffee table book called "People I Fucked and Then Murdered."
No, it's it's
Jizz on a blue dress.
The president is missing.
When?
Without fucking interns.
Wait,
The president's missing is the book.
it's an old book though.
What?
It's an old book.
It's a new book because
Yeah.
Clinton got himself into some trouble this week doing interviews that was press in conjunction with this book.
Yeah, and they've
Oh.
already sold the rights to Showtime, so we're gonna see a movie out of it.
We're gonna see a movie about president having sex with people and
No,
shit, or is
no,
this
no,
gonna be
no,
like
it's
how
gonna
he
be-
was a super athlete and stuff?
No,
Like a lie.
none of that. It's gonna be about a fictional president who goes missing.
Does
I'm
he have a
guessing
barbed wire
from the
tattoo
title.
on his arm?
Could be.
Is it Vin Diesel?
He beats up people on an airplane. I don't want to tell you anything else. And
I am
also,
the president of the United States.
Blow me.
God damn
Where
it!
is my daughter?
The from the Hollywood Reporter, more than $1 million in memorabilia was stolen in late February from a Southern California public storage unit in Rancho Cucamonga.
Kooks!
The hero, American guy, Captain America, his shield was stolen. Robert Downey Jr.'s
It's not real, you know that?
Iron Man mask.
It's not real.
Logan's claws.
It's not real. Okay, that proves it. Logan's claws,
Right.
they're in Logan.
Logan didn't make it so well in the last film I saw.
What?
That's
Spoiler
cool
alert.
shit to steal.
Yeah, most of the stuff has not been recovered, but they do have these two people in custody. They think did it. They're being, charged with the crimes.
But
Also,
they ain't no rat.
around the same time, an Iron Man suit that is valued at about $350,000 was stolen from a different storage unit somewhere. Why is all this stuff in a storage unit?
Do you care about a person who has an Iron Man suit?
Well, how do they sell it? How do they make money off this? Because
Well-
if this stuff is...
Well, I mean, like any.
You have it in your house, right? You buy it and then you go,
Yeah.
hey, you guys, you want to see something crazy? I have the Iron Man suit.
No. I understand why people, like, if you're a big comic book or a movie geek, you want to, and you have dispensable income, I understand why people buy that shit. What I don't understand is the people who stole this, how do they sell it and then make money? Because this stuff is so... It's so high level.
You probably get it where you get OJ's football and shit.
Yeah, like stolen art. They find the market.
Can I
of
ask
the
a
rich
question?
people. Yep.
Is the suit open?
I don't know.
Like, can I get in
Can
it?
you get in it?
Yeah.
That would be cool. You could win a,
Like,
costume
for a
contest.
300 grand, I walk around and go, hey, I'm fucking Iron Man, mate. And everyone goes, holy shit! Why does Iron Man say mate after he says anything now? And I'm like, because it's me in there, mate. Not that other guy.
I'm definitely cutting out a
I haven't
apple.
figured out a button to make it open, but if I could, it's me in here. I don't even have the same chin hair. I'm like kind of unshaved, a little bit ungroomed. Not the same guy. It's kind of tight in here, actually. If you could figure out a button to get me the fuck out of here, mate, I would much appreciate it. But until then, oh, mate, I'm Iron Man. Now I'll be flying around the city. I
don't think it does
People
that.
are like, doesn't even make any sense. I'm like, fuck you, man. I'm the new Iron Man, and this is my anthem. I'm not fighting shit.
Iron Mate.
I'm like, go find some people. Like, hey, man, can you guys blow some weed smoke inside my helmet? I can't open this fucking thing.
Put a sandwich in there.
I'm stinging.
After a
Yeah.
while, apparently, like movie memorabilia type stuff that was actually used on screen is like really going up in value, like a lot. It was a $20 million industry like 10 years ago, and now it's like a $200 million industry.
They should sell all of it, and all the money should go to the victims of Hollywood.
All right. What about the victims of the church and the government and all that other stuff?
Well, the victims of the government, you can't. That's the people. But the victims of the church have their money to take care of that. So Hollywood didn't fuck the choir boys. The church did. Hollywood fucked a few boys and a few girls and a few women and probably a few men too. And those people should be compensated with Captain America shield money.
All right.
Thank
you
you.
become governor?
When I become governor, that's what I'll do. And look, I think it's great that money, that it's worth money, so that they can sell that shit in the end and then give the money to some charity organization. Because it doesn't fly. You can't even get in it. It's just a fucking shell from a movie. It doesn't do anything.
Hey, lady, sorry about all that shit we did to you. Help yourself to a couple of props from Pitch Perfect 2.
Right. Right. Andrew would be thrilled. A couple of sports stories to cap things off. Did you hear about Mexico's national football squad? They had a big going away party before they went off to Europe. And
That's what they call soccer.
they had 30 prostitutes there.
Fuck yeah!
What? To play soccer?
No, not to play
To
soccer.
fuck.
Oh, no!
At their party. And
Wait, they didn't have sex for money, though, right? They were just they just so happened to be
it was,
working girls on the weekend?
But I think they were there to
To have sex with the players?
I think so. Well, the General Secretary of the Mexican Football Federation says a free day is a free day, and those are the risks that runs with freedom.
We're gonna fuck some horse.
Give
That
them some
Mike
face,
Catherwood said that.
Give them some face salsa, right, Will?
And finally,
some dick guacamole.
on Saturday, a
Cockamole!
strapping, powerful chestnut colt named Justify, the unbeaten Kentucky Derby and Preakness Stakes champion, will attempt to become just the 13th in that immortal club in the 150th running of the Beaumont Stakes.
Hey, let's fuck that horse.
The race will take place at Beaumont Park at the Venerable Racecourse just off the I-10 in Beaumont, Texas.
He wants to fuck that horse.
No,
You catch that?
the Mexican national football team does.
Oh.
Didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah.
Busy doing the news.
You did a great job, man.
Woo!
I met the guy from the Butthole Surfers at the Beaumont.
Mr. Butthole?
Or Mr. Surfer.
He's just plain old surfer to me.
Wow.
How's he doing?
Back then he was doing great. We were buddies for a minute there. Until he realized that just the fact that I worked at SiriusXM did not mean that I could advance his career in any way.
Oh, no.
I've heard good things about that guy.
He was super cool. He used to call me all the time and just start rambling all these stories about how he touched his dick to Amy Carter's, the handles of her suitcase, President Carter's daughter, and then he watched Jimmy Carter walk over and pick up the suitcase, so he feels like he touched the president with his dick.
Maybe you should
Not
give
many
him
people could say
Catherwood's number, because sounds like you got a fan.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Really liked it. He had a lot of stories like that.
The president touched my dick, essentially, bro.
I'm not gonna,
You got to tell everybody that story for sure if it happens.
I'm not going to mention who it is, but I have a rock guy who calls me and talks for a long time.
Chad Kroger.
I'll just say that. Talks for a long time.
What does he say?
Just like what's going on, and he's telling me like what's going on in his
Bryan
life
Adams.
and all that. So
He said rock.
it's
What
a
is he?
weird.
Did he ever say anything good? You don't have to identify him.
No, it's just like a hour-long rambling.
Does he
thing
talk
where-
about touching his penis on anything, or not that kind of guy?
Rudy
No,
Sarzo.
Damn it.
He just live tweets his life at you.
Basically, yeah. I don't know what the purpose.
Let's see what we got in the pantry.
No, I don't know the purpose of that phone call is though.
I got the,
Wait, does he explain to you?
Go breadcrumbs. I'll use them.
He never breaks down what he's got in the fridge, right?
No, nothing like
Okay.
that. He's not looking for material. He's got it all in there. I mean,
Okay.
it's.
Some people like fancy cheese. I just like American.
Yeah.
There's a
Is he a
lot.
weather guy, or?
Tom Morello.
He has a very fast way of talking, so there's a lot of information packed into that.
Warren
hour.
DeMartini.
Wow. Fast-talking guy.
David Lee Roth.
Zippity pop pop.
Ziggity bop! Anthony Kiedis.
No, I'm not. No.
I'm not taking that call.
No. Hey, man, want to kick it?
I used to have a rock and roll friend, but I think he listens to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he listens to the show anymore.
Doesn't like you?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Tim Armstrong.
That makes sense, right?
No, I'm not. I'm
No,
not
he's
going
not.
to say who it is, but
Right.
it's not any of those people you named. That's it.
I
No
bet,
more.
Like, whenever I get rock buddies, they just don't happen to be from bands that I'm super into, and those guys are so used to people wanting to be their friends because of who they are that they, and I don't blame them, they assume that if you're friendly to them, you're interested in their band.
Yes.
And they end up telling you all this shit about like albums they made that you've never heard.
Yeah.
And it's too weird to be like, I like you, but I don't actually care for your famous act.
Yeah, I don't. I feel like that makes the rock friends. I've just realized Sebastian Bach texts me. Still.
You got rock people.
Fuck you!
Yeah.
Text you and
He's
call.
been supposed to be going on my podcast for the last fucking 2 months. He told me, come to San Bernardino this weekend. Watch Skid Row. And I was like, I got the kids. I'm not going to San Bernardino. But I would go to see Skid Row if it was...
Everybody?
Yeah, just, I don't know, because he's a fun guy when he's on. So I would do that.
You can still sing.
Right?
Yeah, fuck
Crazy how he can. Everybody else starts cracking, not that guy.
Did he have a surgery or something on his throat?
That would make sense because he doesn't stop singing. He's a maniac.
He's great.
Yeah, so if you want to get tickets, I think he's in San Bernardino tonight. That's what he told me.
Will, do you ever check your phone mid-fuck?
That's impossible.
No, not that I can recall. No, not at all. No, I've
Anybody?
never done that.
No. I can't imagine.
10% of people admit to checking their phones during sex.
That's unfucking believable.
I mean, I'll grab my phone and start filming.
Yeah.
But I'm
I
not.
think that's different.
I'm not. Yeah.
Different, yeah.
I am not on
You're
the
not
phone
checking
looking
it.
at something else. That's insane.
'cause
I've fallen asleep a lot during sex.
Come on!
And I would imagine that's less insulting.
Wait, are you getting blown when this happens?
No, this is my using days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sober Mike has not fallen asleep during sex, but I used to fall asleep during sex quite frequently, and I would imagine that has to be less insulting than checking your phone.
Yeah, because
Of course.
falling asleep is like you're out of your mind.
Yeah, I was
drugs. Checking your phone. You made a conscious decision to stop thinking about fucking and get on your phone
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if there's something else
while
going
you were
on.
fucking. Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't interesting enough. I need to add something.
Yeah, that's the king of I am no longer a part of this session, and you're now notifying that person of that.
Well, people used to, famously, infamously watch like the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and have sex, right? I mean, so people have the TV on. Is that much different?
Yeah, no, it's a big difference if you start laughing at like some of the stuff he says.
I think the difference is
It can be in the background, but you can't be watching.
Start guessing the answers at Jeopardy.
Yeah, the difference is that, like, yeah, we're all kind of half zoned out when we're on the phone a lot of the time, but, like, you can't really passively use your phone. You're directing where you're going with it. The TV, you can't just have your phone on in the background.
Right.
If your phone's on in the background, you're not using your phone.
And the TV being on happens with a lot of other, activities. I mean, I know. I used to just leave my TV on, even trying to fall asleep. Like the TV being on is when I'm cleaning the house. I'm not I'm not looking at my phone while I'm vacuuming.
No, it's picking it up is the bit that's bad. It's like I don't know, man. If you're fucking for a really long time and you lean over and like light a cigarette or something, that's not offensive. That's a long fucking session when somebody's doing that. Or you're drinking water, but not phones.
Yeah. This skews younger. A lot of the people. So I said 10% of people admit to looking at their phone during sex, and it's a lot of people who are like under the age of 35 who admit to it. What about this? What about if for some reason your partner briefly gets up go to the bathroom, go grab some lube or whatever. If
That's
you
different.
Get the WD-40.
Right.
Still a bad idea, but it's different.
Still, I mean, can you not wait? Is this going to be an
It's a
18-hour...
It's a different world we're living in now. It's just a part of everything, and it's not as rude. We came from a generation where it might be rude to pull that thing out. They're from a generation where it's not.
My therapist yesterday was talking to me about how his young clients, almost all, will just be like texting in a session. He'll be sitting on the couch just like...
Because the weird thing is, I feel like if my wife just like got up for a second and I checked my phone, that might be like, wow, why did you feel the need to do it right now? But I also think if I said, oh, I heard it vibrate 15 minutes ago, I knew I got a text, then she'd be like, oh, okay, you wanted to check who the text was from. Like, which is still fucking using your phone.
Yeah. But that does sound less bad.
Right?
I'm imagining like a chick writing me and like I lean over and grab my phone. I'm like, yeah, let's see here.
That's how I imagined it. That is the
You're not nearly as pretty as these girls.
Yeah.
And it doesn't count if you're already on your phone when it started.
Okay, what if
you could put it down?
What if you're watching porn on your phone to help elevate the situation? Because I've had porn on TV.
Yeah, because it's like a TV, sure.
Right.
I mean, is that...
And then what if
you're a telemarketer at work?
What about if you're talking to someone?
What if you're on a conference call with Sirius XM executives?
I mean, if you're in a conference call and the person's and you're fucking and they can't tell, then that's gangster.
Yeah, that's different. That's totally different.
Yeah. Yeah, you're paying more attention to fucking than you look. Everyone knows what it is. It's reaching for the phone is like I'm no longer there anymore. Okay, one time I had this girl that I went with for the longest time, like probably my first love, and we broke up back and forth. I come back from America and we hang out at her house, and she's dating some other guy I didn't even know, and then she was jerking me off in the living room, and I was my eyes closed, thinking of somebody else so that I could come, and I open my eyes and look up, and she's looking out the window. And I was like, oh my god, like this is so over. And that was like to me the equal of her reaching over and grabbing the phone. Yeah.
Was she dumb?
Well, but again, yeah, you said at the same time you were fantasizing about other people so you could finish.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I should tell you it's over right there. Well, what was she dumb? What was she dumb?
You've been there, Bill. Come on.
I mean, mixing it up. I didn't say every time. It was just. I think there was a time. I mean, for her, there was. At the time, I did not realize, but it was. I couldn't let go of something. There was something that was. I had a problem with letting go of. Like I needed to prove a point to everybody else that I could keep this together.
Right.
So I just kept it together and did not enjoy my existence around her at all.
Maybe she saw a squirrel.
Yeah, but she didn't say, "Oh, look, a squirrel." Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Daydreaming about
like,
something.
It's a great big world out there. There's billions of people who aren't jerking off people they hate right now.
That's what I call it.
The mother of the affluenza teenager.
Yeah.
Remember affluenza?
Nah.
The young person who could not possibly be held responsible for their actions.
Oh, yeah.
A car wreck that killed 4 people because of being raised in unlimited wealth and privilege.
And Caitlyn Jenner could have that too, right?
You got it right.
The now do your Imus.
Don't apprehend a hose.
So the mom of the affluenza teen is back in jail. So the mom and the teen skipped the country from Mexico back in 2015, and
so
she was charged with money laundering and hindering apprehension when she and her son were found. So she was out on bond, and she failed a urinalysis. She tested positive for both amphetamine or methamphetamine. Don't ask Mike, what's the difference?
Dang.
Well, one could be like dexedrines and things like that. Methamphetamine is made in a meth lab.
I see. So yeah, that family's doing great.
Yeah.
Positive things, positive thinking. She could be back on top in no time.
If you are addicted to, let's say, OxyContin or something, can you take morphine instead of Percocets or something to keep your habit going?
Sure. I know. You mean like in recovery or like
no.
do people
No,
do
just
that?
to keep partying.
Oh yeah, no. People oftentimes with opiates, especially, they'll just kind of cross pollinate between different opiates.
I just knew you'd know the answer to that, so I was just asking.
Like your prescription for Percocet runs out, you start buying Norcos, and Norcos runs out, you go to heroin. I mean, that's why heroin's like 400% increase from 2005 is mostly from pill addicts who run out of prescriptions and then turn to heroin.
Yeah, I was asking for a friend, Andrew.
Andrew, you're doing painkillers?
Yep.
Only when he has sex with Canadian prostitutes.
Yeah, so
you're gonna wreck Canadian whores.
Dude, he was bragging this morning about, like, I know I can do the rap thing, not about food, but I can, and not about sex. I mean, he again, even though he's failed at this.
What do you mean?
How many
Define
times?
failed.
Wait, he's in the green room bragging about
In
rapping?
the office earlier. He was
Bragging about rapping.
But
No.
you said you could do it. You said you could. You said, "Oh, that thing. I could do that. I could not mention sex in my." Yeah, you did say that. And that you could do that.
Oh, we're revisiting.
You did say that.
Can you rap not about sex and not about food? No writing shit down! Oh. Can't do that.
See?
Just because you said... But you said... I'm going to give you another shot.
Got a loophole.
Not about... You're not using words that have cock in them, and it's not about food. So you fuck, am I? That's a point! Besides sex and food, there are other things on the planet, Andrew!
I like sports, shooting the hoops, and getting balls to go in hoops.
See? He can't do it.
Watch me swing my bat. Off the park. You'll be so wet from being in the sand.
There you go.
There you go. You're done.
That was all about
As soon as
sex.
he stopped talking about sports and tried to rhyme, he said, "'Cause you're wet."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. $100. $100 says that you can't do 2 verses.
I'm not sure what a verse means.
We'll tell you when you're done.
Yeah.
No sex, no food. Right?
Right.
Wait, I mean, I don't know. Are we like out of content? What are you necessary? Are
He's
you
on his
seriously
way.
dragging? You know what the fucking?
My brain's trying to work. Music, pop culture. You know what's a vulture is a bird. It's what it is. Time to get crazy in this bitch. It's Friday afternoon. Who's going drinking? You know what I'm slinking? I'm slinking on.
$100. It's time to go drinking.
Do you know
Do you know what I'm slinking?
Yeah, no.
Slinking.
Twice. He said it twice.
I'm
slinking on your mom.
I think we should get him a shirt. You know what I'm slinking.
Ellis Mania. You know what I'm slinking.
I don't want to be a part of that. It's my event. I'm not slinking anybody. It's Andrew over there.
Slinking your mom.
He can't. Weird to know. I mean, you like pretty music and you like the country thing where it's like, you know, a beer with my dog. it's weird that really in your mind it's just fucking.
And disgusting
Yeah,
terminology.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
2 Live Crew fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
What the fuck?
That forever.
You mentioned Caitlyn Jenner.
Sure.
Sort of in the news.
And I miss.
By news, I mean on Instagram, getting publicly slammed.
What they do now?
Outrage!
For missing Brody Jenner's wedding.
I'm so glad I don't know who any of these people are.
Wait, Brody's the good one. Brody's like a dude that's Dingo's friend. I think he's like a slightly normal.
Nice guy.
So he got
Yeah, there
married.
you go.
Nice fella.
He got married in Bali, and I guess Caitlyn missed the wedding, saying that there was some work obligations. But Brody's mom, Linda Thompson, isn't buying that, and basically put up this big Instagram post about like, well, I wasn't too busy to go to my son's wedding because that's what parents do.
I'm with her.
Where was Caitlyn?
That has
Again,
to be a protest of some sort.
Caitlyn said that she had some work obligations.
But you're a millionaire that doesn't have to work.
I
You
found
don't have
out.
a, you don't have a.
It's your child's wedding.
You don't have a job.
I'm sorry. And with the name Caitlyn Jenner, you can whatever project you're working on.
Yeah.
You're not on fucking Good Morning America. You're not Anderson Cooper. Whatever you're working on, you can say, guys, we have to postpone filming, or we have to start filming before my son's getting married.
Wait, was that a retaliation post from Caitlyn? That top one? Oh, I see. No, somebody's yelling at her over the Brody thing. All I'll say to this is maybe it's fucked up that Caitlyn didn't go, but if I'm the mom or if I'm Brody, my mom's not helping by Instagramming about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I would say I didn't want to overshadow the ceremony with my presence.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to be prettier than the bride.
Right. Just say something like that.
I'm just happy that Brody found love and that he can move out from away from his crazy mother and mother.
I just want Brody to be happy.
Because who cares about... Well, I mean, I feel sorry for a dude. Man, imagine having... your dad marries these Kardashians, and I don't know. It just seems like he's way more into giving a fuck about himself than anybody else. Sorry, she is. And yeah, I mean, when you got that kind of money, showing up to people's weddings, especially, like your son's wedding, it's not hard. Like she can fucking private jet her ass there.
Yeah, I found out my kid had an event, like a week or two ago. Had an event, and I didn't know about it until at the last minute. And I did. I took off work, even though it was very, very difficult to do that because it was my kid. And this is how long do you plan a wedding for?
Yeah, good point. We're kind of like passing this off like he just hit her up yesterday and said, "Hey, my wedding's tomorrow." There's no way she didn't know about it for ages. Right?
Well, I don't know. You could plan a wedding
my mom...
in a couple of weeks if you wanted to. I don't know. I would assume that's not the case, but it is possible.
But don't you think... Let's say they did a Bali wedding in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
The first people you contact are your parents.
Yeah, but then maybe you don't contact your parents because your dad doesn't really have... I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I just feel like if you're not that close when you don't go. You know?
Mm-hmm.
If you make an effort to go to your son's wedding, I don't even what the fuck is this conversation? I mean, people out there that have got kids, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck? You don't go to your kid. I don't give a fucking insane.
2 drug dealers were on trial in England for actually not dealing drugs, but for slashing victims with knives over a 15-pound debt, and they shocked the judge when one of them passed weed to the other one.
Oh my
God!
God!
The jury was being sworn in at their trial.
Wait, was it lit?
No. I don't think.
Oh,
he passed
okay.
it.
All right.
He was just like, "Here's that weed I said I would give you."
Man.
I understand you like marijuana. Here's some.
I mean, we could kill them, right?
I don't think a whole lot of people would miss them.
Right? They're not gonna come bounce back.
They're slashing up people over $15.
Cutting people, bruv.
Hey, just kill them. I'll do it.
Maybe they'll become great world leaders.
Maybe they'll become Darren Till.
So? I don't need another Darren Till.
What the world needs now Is a second Darren Till.
Yeah, you know? Such a terrible request.
Maybe they'll become Jason Statham.
Yeah, we don't need another one of those either.
Good call.
Is the next time the show's on the radio, is that...
It's in Canada.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so not exactly. There's going to be a best of show on Monday.
Yeah, that means next time you hear us live, it'll be Tuesday, and it'll be from Canada.
Yes, exactly. So don't expect when you tune in on Monday, it won't be a technical difficulty that you're not hearing us in Canada because we're doing the show on Monday night that'll air on Tuesday.
Tuesday will be the technical difficulty.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
You dirty dog, Will. Here, fuck you,
Both
man.
radio shows use different plugs there.
Power surges from Canada into America, and a big explosion probably happens because it's two different power things. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Enjoy the fights. Catherwood, always great to have you here.
Thanks,
Fuck
buddy.
you, Will and Tully. Don't die. It's not too late to send your videos in. EllisMania15@gmail.com if you want to fight at EllisMania.
It just hit me this morning. I was going to the car and I thought, oh my God, tomorrow I'm going to be in Canada. That's cool. That's